Yeah. Simply ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up. Ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What? You wanna swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all time. Got something on your mind? Hit us up on the line for that round table talk. Ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap too for their views on our dudes. Marriage Chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic. Check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through. Pull up the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah. Simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up. Chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
What we talking about? What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. Let me talk to him. Let's get it.
Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping.
Hey, let me put you on game. These podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. This my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your topics. Tune in, you gotta watch this exclusive material. Stereo pumping, high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man, I got something to say.
Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Dropping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping.
Yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, K-Sap. Man, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Once you get in here, make sure you smash the like button. I see you in the building, Slay and Chill. I see you in the building, E-Wells, Swells, 25. Toro, Ted, I see y'all. Once y'all come in, let me know where y'all chatting for. Y'all know the routine. Y'all know the procedures. Yeah, man, we got to talk about it, man. We got some Chicago Skies news and more. And first off, man, I want to address something, man. We still got these cringy people that want to come up in your comments, man, when you're producing videos around here on positivity and, doing videos talking about Angel Reese, and you still got people coming up in the comments section being cringy and want to talk about Caitlyn Clark. I had one person comment, Hot Taki, I don't know who he is, or somebody else came in the comments and want to give you a rundown of everything that Caitlyn Clark has done all this year. Y'all take that stuff over on them Caitlyn Clark channels, man. We doing videos talking about Chicago Skies and Angel Reese, and y'all want to come in the comments and still want to be cringy and do stuff like that. What's going on, Donna Cox? I see you, John Whitman. I see you, Political. Ted, yeah, I mean, it's to a point, man. When is this going to stop, man? Like, man, it's nothing but positivity over here, and you still got people coming up in the comments, talking that crazy stuff, man. And, I keep them around. I can block them, but I ain't going to do that. I mean, they just come in there and say what they want to say, man, on stuff that ain't got nothing to do with whatever they want to talk about. Like I said, if it don't fit their narrative, they not here for it. So why you keep coming back? I mean, why y'all keep coming back? Y'all coming back for a reason. Yeah, Ted, you see what they be doing. Yeah, that's what they be doing. They just come in here and want to talk this Caitlyn Clark stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't go on nobody else's channel, go up in their comments and start doing crazy stuff. You know what they do.
They only here to cause confusion.
They only here to cause confusion, man. John Whitman said, I keep coming back for the comedy. What comedy are you talking about, John Whitman? Let me know. What is the comedy you talking about? John, I'm interested in what the comedy you talking about, man. What's so comedy about a certain individual going out here, getting the bag and making boss moves? Where's that comedy at?
They only here to cause confusion.
I just don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Political Little said, like I said, if their prospect was so hot, you don't have to keep trying to sell her to someone just ain't buying. Yes. Build hands on. Yeah. See, y'all see, John Whitman, you took that out of context, man. Y'all only focus on what y'all want to focus on, man. Out of everybody that I said in that thing, y'all want to talk about Bronny James. Bronny James ain't got nothing to do with this. You know, he just so happened to participate in that Beats by Dre commercial. And y'all mad at Bronny James, and y'all mad at LeBron. Y'all some clowns, man. Y'all clowns. Y'all clowns. Y'all don't go on nobody else's channel because I make it a safe space over here where you can say what you want to say without repercussions. You do that on somebody else's channel, you get your ass blocked, get your ass thrown to Block City. But see, we don't do that over here. We give y'all a place where y'all feel safe and y'all can say what y'all want to say without the disrespect, and we gonna let you stay around. We ain't got to send you to Block. We ain't got to send you to Block City. All these other channels won't let you go up on their channel, and some of them got their comments turned off so you can't comment. But we don't do that over here. We let everybody participate. We let everybody participate, and we give everybody the respect. But y'all go in somebody else's comments and say some of the half of the stuff that y'all say in my comments, y'all getting blocked. Y'all won't know when that person is doing a podcast or doing a live stream. It's fine. Okay, Sam. Square. They just trolling. They just trolling. Sassy Cat, hello everyone in the chat. Cassie from Texas. What's going on, Cassie? Appreciate you tuning in. But that's what they do. But, you know, it's kind of funny that, you know, everybody, for some reason, y'all missing something because y'all keep coming back, man. Y'all keep coming back. Y'all love what's going on over here. And that's what y'all do. But, yeah, we got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about the Chicago Sky. We got to talk about, you know, this coaching vacancy too, man. You know, it's starting to heat up, man. There's one source out there saying that, you know, Stephanie White is a potential candidate. Is a potential candidate to become the Sky's next head coach. Yeah. Lloyd Smith, you doing a show on Jason Whitlock, this and the, you doing a show? Yeah, I'll get to that, Jason Whitlock. I'm gonna get back to my, you know, my Colorado stuff. You know, hopefully y'all tune into that. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the Colorado football, this NCAA football. We'll talk about that. You will never be criticized by someone doing more than you. It's always a low-life loser that has political. You know how it is, but we have to address it. We have to address it. Yeah, but that Dallas Wing coach, yeah, Toro, I heard about that too. But don't nobody want. What's her name? What's the Dallas Wings coach name? But I don't think she'll fit. What's up, King Pisces Nathan? Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, I don't think she'll fit, man. Like I said, I wouldn't mind having Christy Sides or Stephanie White. Yeah, Lloyd Smith, they big mad, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, political. Stephanie and Sides both worked for the Sky before as coaches so they in the running. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad move. It wouldn't be a bad move, man, to bring Christy Sides or Stephanie White back in the building, man. They know a little bit about the organization. I think that would be two good coaches, man. Or if, things don't work out, if Sides get the job and Stephanie White can't get a head coaching job, bring her on the coaching staff. I think that would be very interesting, man. As far as, what's going on in the offseason, man, I think they need to I think they need to speed that process up. I think it'd be good to get somebody so, the Chicago Sky's fan base to know what's going on and what they can look forward to. That's what I said, King, because that's what I said. Stephanie White, man, like I said, her first year at Connecticut, she was the AP Coach of the Year. So, I mean, her coaching credentials is up there, I think she can turn the Sky around. I think she can, get the Sky players to buy into, her system and get this thing off and running. You get the healthy bodies back. You get Elizabeth Williams back. She going to be healthy. You get Angel Reese back healthy. Carmilla Cardosa healthy. Hope Kennedy Carter, mindset is there and she comes back. Hopefully her ankle's healed. So you got healthy bodies coming back. So, yeah. So I think they got the lottery coming soon, and then that's what I'm saying, political. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these there's 7 head coaching vacancies. And them slots, out of all the coaches and all the teams that ain't got a coach, I would hopefully they would have somebody selected before, all this expansion draft and things like that. Yeah, so, man, I think it'd be very interesting, man. But I think Stephanie White could come in and implement something that, can be special for Chicago. Toro, somebody said Stephanie White family is in Indiana. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that's her name, Patricia Tremmel. I don't know that. I'm like you, political, or Donna. Patricia Tremmel is not a good fit for the Chicago Sky. Not at all. Nah, I'm not selling that one. Waterfall H2O Sky General Manor. Yeah, that's the problem. I think Jeff P wants to run the show, man. So the candidates that are out there, I think Jeff P wants to have total control. Oh, yeah, Stephanie White. I told y'all about that, man. I did a video on that about Stephanie White when she, mutual parted ways with Connecticut. I said that, Stephanie White has already came out on record giving Angel Reese high praise. So I think that, they could buy in. Me personally, I don't think Christy Sides is a bad coach. I think the expectations of her coaching the Indiana Fever was just a little bit high because of Caitlyn Clark. And everybody made it about Caitlyn Clark and never gave Christy Sides a chance. Christy Sides is a hell of a coach. She went 20-20. She 500. Yeah. Yeah, Bill Lambert got some health issues. That's the problem, Ted. Sides held Caitlyn Clark accountable, and people didn't like that. Yeah, Reddick Milky Way. I want Sides or White. That's who I'm stuck with. Sides or White, because Patricia Trimmel and Kurt Miller, I don't think that's a good fit for the Chicago Sky. Marcus, why you'll take Sides over White? Jasmine, I just don't want I don't want Kurt Miller, man. Kurt Miller don't impress me as a coach, man. The talent that he had with the LA Sparks and only won 8 games, man. I don't think he can do nothing for Chicago, man. I don't think there's any college coaches in the running, but I see there's some rumors out there. I don't know if it's rumors or these YouTube content creators that like Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever putting these narratives about Lisa Bluter. So I don't know. I don't like I just don't. Unique, I know. Hey, Sides is not a bad coach. Everybody just gave her flack because she was coaching the Indiana Fever. That's all that was. If Caitlyn Clark wasn't with the Indiana Fever and Sides was the coach, we wouldn't hear nothing about Christy Sides. Dre Stewart said, please don't bring in. What's the problem you got with Christy Sides, Dre? I don't think she's a bad coach, man. I really don't. I just think Christy Sides holds her players accountable. I don't think she's a bad coach at all. Come on, man. We got 112 people in here watching, man. Y'all hit the like button. But Jasmine, Sides been in that Chicago Skies organization before. Make sure y'all hit the like button. KSAP, this time frame of the W reminds me of the W when retired players came into the coach. What you say, bro? She really not a good coach. That team made her, man. Come on, man. Dre, I don't know, man. I think Sides is a good coach, man. But I respect your opinion. That's your opinion. I respect that, though. College coaches not coming unless the W up their pay. Yeah, they got to up that pay. KSAP, what if you had Stephanie White coaching the Sky and Teresa Weatherspoon coaching the Fever? Oh my bad, causing confusion. Hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, Teresa Weatherspoon is no longer a head coach with Chicago Sky. She's not going to walk in that door no time soon. So we got to let it go, bruh. So if Teresa Weatherspoon's get that Indiana Fever coaching job, kudos to her. Much respect to her. But we know for sure she's not coming back to Chicago, so we got to cut that loss and keep it ticking, man. Yeah, so I mean, I hope she gets another job. Shout out to Reddick Milky Way for the $2 super chat.
Here comes the money.
Man, y'all hit that like button. Appreciate you, Reddick Milky Way. Tell them hit that like button. Save teaspoon for Toronto. We'll take her. Yeah, send Kurt Miller to the Fever. Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. You know, nothing against Kurt Miller. I just don't think he's the right fit for Chicago, man. Don't think he's the right fit for Chicago, man. Nothing against him, but I just don't think. I just don't think. I just don't think that's the right person. Nah, y'all. Everybody keeps saying Kim Mulkey. Kim Mulkey ain't doing no coaching in the WNBA, man. I'm gamble. That's right. I could be the next guy coach. I could. I'm serious though. If I'm Jeff, I'm on the phone with Stephanie White begging her to be. Yeah, I mean, it's either Stephanie White. To me personally, this is me. It's either Sides or Stephanie White for me. You can't go wrong with neither one of them. You can't go wrong with neither one of them. Do I think Clark wanted Sides fired? I don't know, but she's the star player, so she had to have something to do with it, since everybody wants to use the narrative that star players have that, impact on coaches being fired. So we're not gonna move the goalposts. We're not gonna move the goalposts. So she probably, didn't go and say it. Didn't say it, but it is what it is. See, that's what I'm saying. You got trolls in the chat already. Yeah. But I think, you can't go wrong with either one of them. What'd you say? It didn't matter who coached Caitlyn, their days were numbered. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just don't think Christy Sides got a fair shake. I really don't, because she's not a bad coach, man. I mean, she can help out any organization in the WNBA. But there's expectations out there when you got certain players. And when you don't reach them expectations, you the one on the chopping block. You the one on the chopping block. You the one on the chopping block. I don't think Candace Parker could be a coach. I don't think she could be a coach. I don't know. So everybody thinks Christy Sides is a bad coach, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Christy Sides is a bad coach. Just put a 1 in the chat if you think she's a bad coach. I just want to see. Matter of fact, we got to get a poll going. Because it's a lot of Christy Sides slander out here, man. And I don't know why. Is the slander because Caitlyn Clark was a player on that team? Is that why she's getting slandered? I mean, let me know. Because I don't understand, man. Sides is a good coach, man. Why is she being slandered the way she is, man? This is what I don't understand. Like, why is she getting slandered? Like, come on. Like, y'all really think that she's that bad of a coach? I mean, she coached them to a 20-20 record, y'all. She coached them to a. It's not slander. We care about and the sky. We're trying to save your. I mean, it's not. How are you going to save me from heartache? I think the heartache came from you guys is because of what y'all expected from Sides on her coaching Caitlyn Clark. That's what drove y'all crazy, because it didn't benefit Caitlyn Clark. That's what drove it. That's what drove y'all crazy. That's the issue. That's what drove y'all crazy. Because things didn't benefit Caitlyn Clark. And when they went on that 4-game win streak, the Sky fans, or the so-called fans of the Indiana Fever, was upset that Indiana Fever went on a 4-game win streak, but the narrative was out there that Christy Sides was freezing Caitlyn Clark out. But y'all won 4 straight. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all drove yourself crazy. I mean, it's a team. So the team was winning and y'all still was upset. Make it make sense. I know y'all saw all the videos out there. When y'all went on that, when Indiana went on that 4-game win streak, I know y'all saw every video where people was talking about, oh, Christy Sides is doing Caitlyn Clark a disservice, having her play in the corner, but y'all won 4 straight. That's what I'm talking about. But y'all won 4 straight. So make it make sense. Y'all drove yourself crazy. She's a good coach. So make it make sense. I'm starting a poll here. I just started a poll. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all drove yourself crazy. Sides is trash. See that? It's a lot of sides. It's a lot of side slander in the chat, man. I don't understand, man. I don't think Angel will run all over. Well, I mean, that's y'all's opinion. I'm not going to. If that's how y'all feel, then that's how y'all feel. See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the problem. This statement right here just clarifies what I said about y'all Indiana Fever fans that support Caitlyn Clark, even though y'all was winning. Lisa G said she couldn't bring the best out of Caitlyn. She never called a timeout when the other team was scoring points. See, it's always about Caitlyn. That's the problem. That is the problem. That's the problem. Y'all, man. So let me ask y'all a question. So who do y'all think Christy Sides is a good fit for? Jeff needs to have a call with Angel, Carter, and Camilla and see how they feel about Sides. Man, Trammell, no. Y'all bugging with this Trammell stuff, man. So if Sides ain't a good fit for Chicago, do y'all think Stephanie White would be a good fit? The Sparks. Yeah, Christy Sides to the Sparks. Man. Y'all doing a lot of...
They only here to cause confusion.
Y'all doing a lot of confusion, man. Lisa G, what's the problem with Sides? Was the problem because you had more expectations from Caitlyn Clark? So you're not going to hold Caitlyn Clark accountable? So whatever coach that Indiana brings in, y'all gonna treat that coach like Christy Sides. I don't know about that political. I'm not gonna say that Stephanie White going to Indiana not too fast. I'm not gonna say that. 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 So political, I'm not gonna take that off the table just yet. I mean, hey, y'all can say what y'all want to say about Trammell. All of them good coaches. You just got to have the right fit. You got to have the right fit and the right players. That's the thing. That's the thing, political. That's why I said I'm standing pat on that, because what happened was everybody jumped to conclusion when Stephanie White was still under contract with Connecticut before she parted ways. And everybody already made it seem like she was the next Indiana Fever coach. Okay, Sab, if I didn't like you, I'd give you sides for Christmas. Jasmine, that's funny. That's funny. Kim M said, Clark supporters, ask yourself why you haven't heard anything from Caitlyn's ex-coach. It was said that she was hard to manage, temper tantrums, didn't listen. Ex-coach had to often put her in timeout. They don't want to hear that, Kim. If you say stuff like that, you just hating on Caitlyn Clark. What'd you say, political? You'll take it off the table for me? You'll take it off the table for me? Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that's why, she parted ways with Connecticut. She had a family emergency or something. I don't know. I don't start rumors. I only deal with facts. Yeah, if y'all remember one time I was doing a stream and Brooklyn was talking about how she was enabled. Be nice, man. You be trolling, man. That's all you do, man. You quick to come in here talking about Caitlyn Clark. And you quick to come in the comments and always say something about Caitlyn Clark. But that's who you are, though. It's all good. You've been around. You've been around. You think it's better team, Marcus? You think it's better teams for Stephanie White to go to before she hit to Indiana? Yeah, that's what I said. You don't want to just one-stop shop, man. You want to keep all your options open. So y'all keep on talking about, Trammell led her Dallas team to the semifinals in 2023. Yeah, but what did she do last year? We're getting off the last year's impression, man. Last year's impression. There you go, Reddick Milky Way. Be nice, know what he be doing, man. So is Stephanie White, is she from the Indiana area? Is she from the Indiana area? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I mean, she had okay, that's unfair. I'm sorry if that's unfair. I'll walk back on that. I didn't know she had an injury-led team. So injuries got her fired, right? Oh, she's from Illinois. Sister Noble. What's up, Sister Noble? I'm glad you're back. Danville, Illinois. Yeah. Sure she ain't from Napersville? Mm-hmm. So did y'all see that video I did today where Angel Reese, she narrated that Beats by Dre commercial? That was pretty impressive, man. That was pretty impressive for these people to keep on reaching out to one of the 50 most influential women in sports. And also the most marketable person in the WNBA. Did y'all see that video? People are upset. Edward T, people are upset that Angel Reese is out here getting her money, man. People are upset, man. They're bitter. They're bitter lemons.
They only here to cause confusion.
Yeah, somebody did say that. That was a dope commercial. And see, some people appreciate that, but some people still want to come in the comment section and troll. That's the problem. Yeah, Marcus, where she said it's fit for walking double doubles as well. See, she in that video, she was putting them haters to bed. See, if you read into that commercial, man, she was speaking to all them haters and all them internet trolls. That's what she was doing. But yeah, everybody's upset. You know, you do a video on Angel Reese talking about the stuff that she's doing off the court. Their first comment is coming in there, oh, she need to go work on her game. That's the stuff that we deal with, man.
They only here to cause confusion.
That's the stuff that we deal with. You can't even give a sister kudos for out here doing stuff that the little girls are looking up to. The first thing you want to say is, or she should be in the gym working on her game. Why come she's not posting videos of her game? Why come none of her commercials are about basketball? Ooh-wee. That's the stuff that we deal with, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Ted. That's what they say. Look at Angel's braids. It's so ghetto. Look what she's wearing. Oh, she's being explicit. That's the stuff that we deal with. That's what we deal with, man. That's the stuff that we deal with. Yeah, it's a lot of people that be saying that, man. Angel just out here pissing people off, man. That's what I'm saying, Dre. That's the problem that people have. And see, people can't get past that because she's out here with these brand deals, out here, you know, generational wealth. And people have a problem with that. And they always want to say something about she need to be posting videos of her basketball game. She need to be in the gym working out. As much as she's focused on getting the money, she should be focusing on, man, come on, man. She only dates tall dudes. That's her prerogative, man. That's her prerogative. That's what I'm saying, man. Did she ever post any videos when she was in LSU? But see, people don't keep that same energy, man. She never posted no videos of her playing, you know, working out at LSU. That's right, Victoria. Tell her. Tell him. Tell him. She know what's going on. BL, Angel's still a basketball player. She's not out here cosplaying Tiger Woods. Man. Angel Reese is a Vikings fan. Ted, man, you crazy, man. She ain't no Vikings fan. Yeah. But yeah, you gotta let Angel Reese do it. Hey, people just mad because Angel Reese out here doing more in her lifetime than what a lot of people that are 50 and 60 years old haven't did in their lifetime. And they just mad. Mad for no reason. Mad for no reason, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. You know, people that's what they gonna say, man. Sassy Cassie 72, she's a good coach. They mad at it. That's the crazy thing about it. They mad at a 22-year-old, man. How you gonna be hating on the 22-year-old? That's the crazy thing about it, man. You hating on a child, man. You should feel cringe because you hating on a child like that. You hating on a child, you should feel cringed. What you say, Clark only works on shooting threes? Ooh, man.
They only here to cause confusion.
Yeah, we talked about that on the last live stream. Be nice. I don't know where you get that at, that somebody hating on Caitlyn Clark. What have I said about Caitlyn Clark that's hating? Have I said anything bad about Caitlyn Clark just because I talk about her turnovers? How is that hating on somebody? Have I said anything derogatory about Caitlyn Clark? Answer that. I'll wait for you to answer. I'll wait for you to answer. Have I said anything derogatory or slandered or called Caitlyn Clark outside of her name? Nah, be nice. Answer the question, man. Don't just come in here and say, really. Answer the question. Have I said anything personally about Caitlyn Clark? Answer the question. It's your attitude. Well, y'all kill me, man. Y'all kill me, man. Y'all kill me, man. Y'all, it's your attitude. Oh, Ted, man. You see what they trying to do, man? They trying to come up with anything, man.
They only here to cause confusion.
Ted, they trying to come up with anything, man. See, Lisa G say, there you go. I got an attitude, man. K-Sap, you don't love Caitlyn Clark there. Jasmine, why? That's the problem, man. I'm going to say, ain't there these other Caitlyn Clark channels that people can go over if they want to hear stuff about Caitlyn Clark? You got Bitch Be Frank over there talking. You got Adrian Ross over there talking. You got Mick Talks Hoops. You got Black and White Sports. You got all them Caitlyn Clark channels that be glazing her and got the honey on her chest, twerking it up. Go over there and have fun. Go over there and have fun. Shout out to Victoria Teller for the $2 super sticker.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
So if I say anything about Caitlyn Clark's turnovers, I'm hating. But can't nobody show me or tell me when I've said any personal derogatory things about Caitlyn Clark. I keep it strictly basketball. Yeah, that's what they want me to. They want me to twerk. I mean, but I'm not hating. But I don't understand how people come out of their mouth and say I'm hating on Caitlyn Clark. You can't show me a video I did hating on Caitlyn Clark. You can't go to a live saying I'm hating on Caitlyn Clark. Jasmine Bell said, if you say anything that doesn't praise Caitlyn Clark in her groups, you get abused. They are mean and they exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, Jasmine. That's why I say all the Caitlyn Clark fans that come in the chat and say we hating, go over there on Bitch Be Frank's channel. He be over there twerking it up. Go to Adrian Ross. She be twerking it up. Mick Talk Hoops. He be twerking it up. Black and White Sports. He be twerking it up. John the Liquidator. They be twerking it up. Exactly. I've never said that she was a bum or anything. I've gave Caitlyn Clark her kudos. She's an outstanding player. And when I say she need to work on bringing her turnovers down, I guess I'm hating. That's crazy. So Lisa G, KSF people are sent. I know they are. But it's ridiculous. We run a positive show, man. We give everybody the outlet and the platform to dance. Do y'all realize that I'm probably one of the only channels outside of Showtime Sports and HD TV that give people, in Zoe Media, that give people a chance to come on the platform, to even come on the panel, to even speak about anything? All these other channels that y'all be praising, they don't let you come up on their platform. They don't let you do nothing. You post a comment, they don't even acknowledge you. So I don't understand. I just don't understand. This is what I'm saying. We talking basketball, John Witten. He said, okay, so Caitlyn Clark is the turnover queen. Who are the turnover kings in the NBA? When you handle the ball as much as she does, it's a fact of basketball. So what are you getting upset because we say she turns the ball over? Why are you getting upset? Why you got your panties in a bunch because somebody says Caitlyn Clark turns the ball over? I don't understand that. That's basketball. Whew. Boy. Get out your feelings, man. Facts over feelings, man. That's the problem that we have, man. In basketball, turnovers happen. So what's the big deal? Why are you getting your panties all up in a bunch because somebody's talking about Caitlyn Clark's turnovers? Caitlyn Clark don't know you from Adam, and you getting upset trying to defend her. When y'all come in the comments and talk about Angel Reese and this and that, we can't defend her on, the missed layups and stuff like that because it's the obvious. And that's the same thing with Caitlyn Clark. You can't defend her on the obvious. Thank you, Jasmine. Jasmine, see, that's why I like Jasmine. She an Indiana Fever fan and a Caitlyn Clark fan, but she keeps it real. Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. Jasmine, thank you for keeping it real, man. Thank you for keeping it real. That's what real looks like. Because she's a Caitlyn Clark fan, and if she don't go on them channels and sing the same tune in the song that they singing, and she says anything outside of what they're saying, and she's a Caitlyn Clark fan, she's getting abused. And I'm glad she brought that up. I'm glad she brought that up because, like I stated, on this platform, we give all the Caitlyn Clark fans a chance to hit the link and come up here and talk basketball. I have a lot of Clark fans that come up here on my panel and they talk. But Jasmine, you just stated the obvious. I'm gonna keep that up on the screen for a while because I want people to see that. I want people to see that because Jasmine, you just shut a lot of people down that been in the comments just talking nonsense. And see, that's what I'm saying. John Whitman said, and Reese don't know me from Adam, and you speak like you're, how am I speaking like I'm our personal manager? I'm just covering stories on Angel Reese. I mean, you got a chance to open up your own platform. You can talk about Caitlyn Clark all you want, man. Start your podcast. I'll be your first subscriber, and I will support you 100%. Ain't no ill will in my heart, baby. I will support you 100%. I would like to see you make it, man. So if you need any advice on starting the podcast, just let me know. Just let me know, John. I will help you start your podcast. And I will be your first subscriber. Shout out to G for the $19.99 $20 super sticker.
Here comes the money. Money, money. Dollar, dollar.
I appreciate that, G. That's what I'm talking about, man. John, I will help you start your podcast, man. So just follow me on Twitter or Instagram and DM me, and I will help you get off the ground, man. I will help you get off the ground, man. Because I would love to hear what you got to say from a basketball perspective. Matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link. Won't you click the link and come up and we could talk some basketball? I want to see exactly where you're coming from, man. So I'm going to post the link in the chat like I always do. I give everybody a safe space. So don't be afraid to hit the link. That's right, Sassy Cassie. But Jasmine, we do appreciate your your comment. See, that's what happens. See, when I post the link and they in the chat talking reckless, they don't want to click on the link. You still out there, John? Now he ran off. Now he sped off. Now he sped off. You see what he does, chat? See, when you put that pressure on, they speed off. They speed off. What's up, Lakeisha? Appreciate you coming in. Oh, that's okay, Lisa G. I got you. But I appreciate you tuning in. Where'd y'all boy go at, man? Where'd John go at? See how he sped off? See, that's what you do. You see how you John Whitman, where you at? Come on, man, hit the link. Yeah, the crickets. Yeah, they running, Lakeisha. They running. What's up, Sister Noble?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man? Been a minute.
Yeah, I know. I'm at the hospital right now, but I'm gonna make it very plain and simple.
Okay.
A lot of people, I tell you, first of all, Cece wants to be a golf professional this off season. Okay, so let that marinate in your head. She wants to become a golf professional, which is, her right. She has every right to do whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
Okay. But if she comes back next season with this same old tired offense, okay, y'all can blame her becoming a golf professional. You can blame it on that. Okay, blame it on that. Because I'm gonna tell you now, you're trying to be a golf professional when you got so many holes in your game. First of all, you don't have a floater. She don't have a euro. She don't have a euro and a floater. And she doesn't, there are things about her game that she definitely needs to improve, like her layups. She does not have a wide variety of layups.
Yeah.
She got the same, okay. Have you seen her do a layup? It's the same.
I've seen her whole game, and that's the problem I have, man. So when we talk about her game,
she had to do a reverse layup.
Yeah.
Now she got a couple of them. She made a couple of reverse layups that I've seen in close tight games. But I'm gonna tell you now, she's gonna need more than a reverse layup and a simple layup. Okay, she needs a euro. She needs a floater. Honey, she needs to improve on her defense. She needs she needs a mid-range jumper. That's another thing. She needs a mid-range jumper. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how the hell you gonna go and be a golf professional when you got all these holes in your game? I don't want to see the same old tired offense next season when she come back.
But see, that's the problem. That's the problem I have, Sister Noble. Don't nobody want to talk about that, right? So right now, there's none of these, Caitlyn Clark channels or the Indiana Fever channels out there covering that Caitlyn Clark is out on the golf course, right? They don't have nothing to talk about Caitlyn Clark, right? So when we produce these positive videos of what Angel Reese is doing, that's when the Clark fans come up in your comments and try to belittle everything that Angel Reese is doing on the offseason. Well, John, this is a great way to start. Open your podcast up talking about Caitlyn Clark on the golf course, and I guarantee you will get your subscriber count up. Start right there, because ain't nobody out there covering Caitlyn Clark playing golf. Now, if I drop a video about Caitlyn Clark playing golf and what that's going to do to her game next year, or y'all going to come up in the comments talking about I'm hating. That's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff that I'm talking about.
Yeah, because she got too many holes in her game. This is not the year for her to be trying to become a golf professional. She might want to hold off on that till next year. Next year. She needs to take this off season and really add some arsenal to her game. Because
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's missing quite a lot of offensive skills.
Yeah, and then why come these Caitlyn Clark fans won't say, why come Caitlyn Clark ain't posting videos of her working on her game? See, they got the wrong focus. They focused on Angel Reese too much. That's the problem. Every time we produce positive stuff about the Chi-Town Barbie and what she's doing on the off season and generational wealth and getting to the money, don't nobody want to say nothing about Caitlyn Clark out there on that golf course making a mockery of golf. And ain't nobody saying, well, why come she is playing golf? Why come she's not working on her game? Why come she's not posting videos?
And then she posts workout videos. Honey, anybody can post a workout video. Anybody can do that. The real test is when we see what she does next season, when she comes back, and when she has to go up against these very talented offensive players like a Paige Beckers. That's number one. Let's start there, like a Paige Beckers. Mm-hmm. Because I'm gonna tell you now, Paige Beckers, baby, she's WNBA ready right now.
Yeah, all them girls that are coming out, this year, man, they got to be WNBA ready.
Ready. She got way more offensive skills. Let me tell you now, way more offensive skills than Caitlyn Clark. Okay, so y'all can talk, and y'all can try to bash Simply Ball Simply Ball dropping. Y'all can try to bash him all you want, but he's telling the truth. He is not lying about Caitlyn Clark. Nobody's up here like hating on Caitlyn. I mean, nobody's up here hating on Caitlyn. People are telling the truth about Caitlyn.
Exactly. If truth is hate, then so be it.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had to.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Sister Noble. Hope everything's all right with you in the hospital.
I hope so too, honey.
All right. Prayers up. All right.
All
right. Good call. What's up, Lakeisha?
Hey, what's going on?
What
y'all talking about tonight?
Man, I started off, man. I just wanted to get some Chi-Town news, man. I want a coaching update, see what, because the rumors was out there that Jeff P had a little, I guess, conversation with Stephanie White, right? Mm-hmm. So I thought that, me personally, I don't see Kurt Miller being a good fit with Chicago.
Me neither.
My two people that I think that would be a good fit. I mean, you might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I think Christy Sides or Stephanie White would be the best fit for Chicago.
Actually, K-Step, I agree with you. I don't think Christy Sides is as bad as a coach as they made her out to be.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
She made some mistakes. Of course, all of them.
All coaches make mistakes. That's why that's why they ain't coaches no more. But hey,
I don't know. I would say this: that turnaround. I think at the beginning of the season, she had a hard time because her star player was not buying into her system.
And see, that's the problem that I have, Lakeisha. See, that was the problem that everybody. That's why Christy Sides was getting the slander she was getting during the season, is because of Caitlyn Clark. And I hate to say it, and I don't want people to think that I'm hating, but a star player like Caitlyn Clark, it comes with a lot of expectations. So Caitlyn Clark's fan base that followed her, they had high expectations of the coach that was going to coach her because she wasn't a Lisa Bluter, right?
Right.
So Lisa Bluter gave her the freedom to do what she wanted to do. Christy Sides held her accountable. And see,
Right.
people didn't like that. And see, that's when all the side slander came, because it was all obvious when they started out 1-8 and then they went on a 4-game win streak. They reeled off 4 straight. And the narrative in the videos out there was, oh, Christy Sides is misusing Caitlyn Clark, got her standing in the corner. She's not, this, but they won 4 straight.
Right.
And they still didn't accept that.
No, they didn't like it. They made their mind up when she started 1-8, they were done with her.
Yeah.
But the problem is, the only thing I would put some onus on Christy Sides about is I don't think she was ready for the storm that was headed her way. She thought she probably could have managed the beginning of the season a little bit better, because she should have known that they were going to blame her, and she should have had some strategy to deal with that. But she was kind of caught off guard just a little bit at the beginning, and then she got it together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think in her press conferences and stuff like that, they was looking for sound bites just to attack her. So she needed to be ready for that. Now, I don't know if that was the GM's fault or her fault per se, but I don't think the organization, well, we know the WNBA as a whole wasn't ready for the firestorm that was coming.
That came
season.
in.
Yeah.
And see, and I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people thought it was just going to be generated by one person, right?
Right.
But then when these other rookies came in there and they had a great rookie campaign, everything just started exploding. And that's what I think Angel Reese was alluding to, was when the WNBA first started, and they was getting this attention, and she was trying to say this is not only because of one player, it's because of multitude of players, right? Mm-hmm. So she was trying to get she was actually trying to help Caitlyn Clark out, getting the attention off of her.
She was.
You see what I'm saying? And everybody took that as Angel Reese was taking a slight at Caitlyn Clark. She actually was helping her out, trying to get the attention off of her.
She did what a good coach is supposed to do. Even when you have your own system and you see that player don't completely fit into that, you adjust. And that's what she did down the stretch. Mm-hmm. She adjusted her system to fit Caitlyn, even though Caitlyn wasn't giving her what she thought she should give her. Like on the defensive end, she had to counteract what was going on. You see what I'm saying?
Personnel. It's the personnel. When you got flaws out there, sometimes you got to hide that personnel. Just one second, Lakeisha. Sure. Shout out to Cutie Pie for the $15 super sticker.
Here comes the money. Money.
And also, Cutie Pie, she just re-upped her membership on the Simply Ball Dropping platform. Appreciate you, Cutie Pie. Yeah, so, like you said, Lakeisha, like sometimes you got to hide them flaws. And she made, what's that saying y'all always say? You made lemonade out of, what you made, what?
I can't remember. I know what you're talking about. Lemons out of lemonade?
Bitter, something like that. But
something like that.
Yeah. And that's what she did. I mean, that's in all systems. There's always something that you got to counteract as a coach. But like you said, the WNBA was caught off guard with this star power, right? So now we talked about it on all these live shows when we covered the WNBA finals about these head coaches and what y'all see, the adjustments they need to make. All coaches have their own flaws. You see what I'm saying? So, and it regardless on how we slice it or dice it, it always comes back to the coach. You can deflect it off the coach, but it always comes back to the coach. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I really did think she pivoted really well, but unfortunately, that fan base was not. They accused their own coach of trying to sabotage their player. And why in the devil would she want to do that when a coach know they could be fired at any given moment? It was just crazy.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
And that's the problem. And I think Political said it. Any coach that comes to Indiana is going to have a short leash.
Yeah.
Is going to have a short leash.
Even if somebody comes there next year, somebody they won't. If they don't win like they think they should win,
they're going to
they're
get criticized.
not even trying to give Caitlyn a chance to build. I mean, to develop her game. They don't even want to wait for that. They don't want to even acknowledge that she needs development.
Yeah.
So, and if she needs development, it's the coach's fault that she needs development because she's not developing her.
That's going to be a hard job, man. Like that's going to be a hard job to take because it seems like if a coach comes in there and holds Caitlyn accountable, it's going to be an issue.
Yep.
It's going to be an issue.
And do you think Lisa Bluder can
I don't know,
withstand
man.
that pressure?
Watch this. I'm gonna put this out there because I don't know if it's the internet streets talking in these Caitlyn Clark channels and these Indiana Fever channels bringing up the rumors about Lisa Bluder. I don't know if that's a real thing. I think that's who they want because Lisa Bluder gave Caitlyn Clark a lot of freedom. And I think that's who they want. And I think these internet streets that are talking about Caitlyn Clark, I think this is how this is getting started. That's how the rumblings are starting about Lisa Bluder. Just one second. Shout out to ADP Art Creation for the $2 super sticker.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
And see, I think that's what it is because the thing about it is I don't think none of these college coaches, even Lisa Bluder, I don't think she'll come out of retirement unless, they paying her some good money. And everybody talks about Dawn Staley and Kim Mulkey. Nah, they're not coming.
They can't pay Kim and Dawn Staley what they need. Yeah.
So that's why I said that all these coaches that got fired or let go, it's going to be a coaching carousel. They're going to be in somebody else's head coaching seat next year.
And these fans don't understand that the college game is different from the WNBA game.
Oh, yeah.
In the college game, you have some girls out there that people can exploit. Everybody is not to the caliber of Caitlyn Clark or Angel Reese or Rakia.
Yeah.
In the you can kind of do a little bit more of a running. You got to actually play defense in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Can Lisa Bluder teach that to grown women?
Nah. I don't think she can implement any kind of style to say, hey, we got to go out there and play defense. That's why I said I'm just like Arturo said, yes, just a recycle of coaches. I mean, the thing about it is, man, like in Chicago, they never gave Teaspoon a chance to implement her system. Some of the veterans didn't buy in. I don't know why, they just didn't buy in.
Right.
Just like Kurt Miller. The reason why I don't think Kurt Miller would be a great fit for Chicago, with the roster he had with the LA Sparks, he only won 8 games, right? So what is he going to implement? What kind of system would he implement in Chicago? Now, when I think about Stephanie White, look what she did with Connecticut, the second best defending team in the league, right?
Right.
I think she can come in there if she's able to bring her coaching staff with her to implement a defensive structure. She's already gave Angel Reese high praise.
Right.
Yes, on her high motor and her defense and her rebounding ability. Now, when you have a coach backing you in that way and you're hearing it from a coach outside of noise of the pecking system on YouTube and Twitter and all these social media spaces about Angel Reese's rebounding and stuff like that. But when you have a head coach and that's her philosophy, letting people know it's about rebounding and defending at a high clip to get the job done. And me and Brooklyn was laughing probably about 3 days ago because of what Breanna Stewart did on the podium because her offensive game wasn't clicking in the finals. So what did she do? She deflected to her defense and her rebounding. We thought that was kind of funny. So that's what we need to focus on. If you got a coach that's coming in there backing up your star player on what she does great and then putting the pieces around her to excel, then you got a recipe for some good stuff, right? Because Angel Reese is a high motor, rebound and defense. If you can get Kennedy Carter back, she can score. We don't know what Elizabeth Williams is going to bring to the table because she was injured, right?
Right.
We don't know what Carmilla Cardoso is going to bring to the table because of the shoulder injury. And I said, if all them pieces from Chicago are healthy and they come back and everybody's healthy and you get a coach like a Stephanie White in there, I think we got something. We got something.
And that's why I agree with you, because I think either lady, I'm leaning really heavily on Stephanie White, but I think Christy Sides will be okay because that Chicago needs a strong voice.
Yes.
In the building. And Christy, say what you want about her. She gonna tell you what she feel. And some people respect that. Some people don't. Some people like you to come to them straight up, and some people like you to beat around the bush. The Chicago Sky needs somebody that's gonna just tell them straight up, hey, this is what I need you to do. And that's it. So I think Stephanie White would be very pivotal for Angel Reese because she can teach her a lot of things at her position, because she had Alyssa Thomas doing a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because when you look at Alyssa Thomas, you got to use Alyssa Thomas for what she does best, right?
Right.
And I think Stephanie White used her what she did best, right? But now you got to look at this. Now you got to look at the Connecticut Suns organization, where you got the likes of Alyssa Thomas as an unrestricted free agent. Also, you got DeWanna Bonner, unrestricted free agent. And now you got to make a decision. Now you don't have a head coach. Now 2 of your major players are unrestricted. They can walk and go anywhere they want. You got to take that in consideration. Now you got to look at Mabry. Now she's right back in the same position she was when she was with Chicago.
She is.
You see what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, she is. Yeah.
So that's the things that we got to look at when we looking at these head coaches, right? So if you get somebody like a Stephanie White, her pedigree, it speaks for itself. 2023, she was the AP coach of the year, right? So now you look at the fact that what she did last year, second in the league in defense. You already know she's a defensive-minded coach, right? And then you have somebody like the likes of Angel Reese that loves to play defense and rebound, and she keeps on harping on it. Defense and rebounds win championships. Man, I think that'd be a match made in heaven.
Me too. And somebody say she's from like the Chicago area,
I don't know.
right?
I don't know where.
Is that true?
Well, they said that she had some medical emergency with one of her family members, and I think that's the reason why Connecticut and they agreed to part ways mutually. So I don't. Let me take a look and see where.
Because I heard that the family member is like closer to like where she's from home.
Yeah.
And she just wants to be closer to
home. But somebody said that she was from Illinois, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, where she and then somebody said she did used to coach for Indiana. Well, she did things with both organizations.
Yeah, she been. So I'm trying. Let me see where she's from, man.
And the reason why I don't like Miller, K-Sap, is because
I go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
He had talent on that team.
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't. It always looked like when I watched the games, like it was a disconnect between him and his players. Like he was doing his own thing, and they were just listening to him because he the coach, but they wasn't really connecting with him. I don't know. It was just something. And from what I heard, he was he coached the Sun too, and coached the Sun to the finals.
Yeah. I mean, he got some coaching pedigree. Stephanie White, she was born in West Lebanon, Indiana, but she's on the border of Illinois. So I mean, it could be a win-win situation for her if she takes the Indiana job or she takes the Chicago job. So
the thing Stephanie White's gonna be weighing is, do she want to deal with the The thing that's gonna come,
What's gonna come? Just say it. Don't
with the
sugarcoat it. Just be real. Come on now, Lakeisha,
the
be real.
scrutiny that's gonna come with the fever.
That's what a lot of people are saying. Like political, she said it. She said it's gonna be a lot to require when you become a head coach of the Indiana Fever because you're dealing with a superstar in Caitlyn Clark.
Because I don't know what kind of coach she is, and what I say about that, I'll give you an example. I'm an LSU Tigers fan, and Kim Mulkey is the coach, and she leads the team. She don't care who the star on the team is.
Yeah.
She's the leader of that team.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stephanie White is the leader of the team, because when you go to the Fever, you're gonna have to be subservient to Caitlyn Clark. Some coaches is not gonna do that. Kim Mulkey wouldn't do that.
That's just a fact, though. But now, let me ask you this question, Lakeisha. So now we go toward the locker room. So who was the voice in the Indiana Fever's locker room last year?
Lord have mercy. I don't know, K-Sap. That's a really interesting question, because I don't know if Caitlyn's a locker room voice.
That's what I'm saying. So
is she the leader? Even though the fans have put her in the leader
category,
position, is she really the leader though?
I don't know. We're gonna ask Mo 3. Mo 3, what's up, man? Talk to us.
Well, I'm chilling. Yeah, as pertaining to the locker room thing, I highly doubt it. Caitlyn Clark is too self-centered to be that character.
Gotcha.
Just look at her. Just look at her body language on the court. Like if she passes the ball to a teammate and they miss the shot, she throws her hands up and she does bad body language towards her teammate. So I doubt that even if she tried to do something like that in the locker room, I doubt anyone would even like pay attention, or she could galvanize the troops doing something like that.
And you know, the crazy. I'm sorry, Lakeisha, but the crazy thing that you said that Mo 3 is because Brooklyn, he gave a great analogy on Caitlyn Clark. She's enabled or spoiled. He gave, and she shows them spoil syndromes and them tantrum syndromes. Brooklyn, you know, he did something. I forgot what Brooklyn did that on. He did it. Bro, I think he might have said it on one of our lives or something. He was talking about, you know, her demeanor and her spoiledness. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been like that since Iowa.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Her father would have to always get involved and try to calm her down.
Yeah. I've seen her father talk to her crazy sometimes.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, because that's how unruly she gets.
Yeah.
Because during the season, I heard that Erica Wheeler was the leader in the locker room.
Well, people in the chat saying that too, so you might be right.
That's what I heard.
I could believe that.
I always thought that was. I'm like,
but watch
really?
This. See, what the crazy thing that you said there, Lakeisha. See, everything that don't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. Now that we talked about Erica Wheeler, if y'all go back early in the season, they wanted Erica Wheeler and Kelsey Mitchell going.
They did.
The fans wanted her going because what was the thing about Erica Wheeler? She out there dribbling the air out the ball. She don't know how to pass the ball to Caitlyn Clark. So now that you say if she was the locker room voice, all that stuff makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you know, you let these Caitlyn Clark fans get a hold of stuff like that, or they're going to spin their own narrative. And that's what they did. They ran to YouTube and ran to the YouTube streets. Oh, Erica Wheeler need to go. Kelsey Mitchell need to go. See, everything was centered around Caitlyn Clark. And I think what Christy Sides did, I think Christy Sides held Caitlyn Clark accountable and didn't let her throw them tantrums the way that she was throwing them at Iowa. And see, people didn't like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's when it all started for Christy Sides, because it started. I think it was like game 3 when Caitlyn had she set the record for like the most turnovers in the NBA in NBA history. I mean WNBA history, where she had like 10 or something like that. and she said something about it at the press conference. She was like, at the post game press, she was like, "Oh, we can't just be turning over the ball like that." You know what I'm saying? Like, we
hey,
gotta.
it's crazy you said that, Mo3, because my mind is sharp. I go back, and since you said that, I go back and I can date that around about game 3 or 4, because there was videos coming out talking about Christy Sides is throwing Caitlyn Clark under the bus.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yep.
exactly when it started. They started saying, "Oh,"
Yep.
and I'm just saying, like, that would be any good coach would do that. Like,
Yep.
hold up, that's because that was the main reason why they lost that game. She just kept turning the ball over.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She wasn't listening to the coach, because during the game you could see Christy pull her to the sides a couple times and tell her, "Yo, hey,
Yep.
stop doing that." And
And
she
see,
just
people
kept
didn't like
she
that.
didn't want to listen. She just kept
Yep.
doing her own thing and kept turning the ball over. So obviously, Christy Sides was frustrated, and she let her frustration come out at the press conference, because she knows that, yo, like this, like, if she won't listen to me, so maybe if I publicly shame her, then she'll start listening to me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that was the wrong way for her to go, because the
It
people
def-
turned on her.
they surely
But
did.
that's the only thing she could have done, because it worked for Caitlyn Clark, but it didn't work for her, because even Caitlyn Clark herself started taking some accountability and saying, "Oh, she turned the ball over too much." And prior to that, she would never admit anything like that,
Yeah.
because she did this. She had the same high turnover games at Iowa. She would never said nothing like that.
Yeah. So now that
But
we got all that out of the way, so what do you think led to her firing?
I think that Caitlyn Clark wasn't. I don't think that she went to because she may or may not, but I don't think she did. But I think she didn't. She didn't show any support towards Christy Sides the entire season. She didn't say
She did not.
She didn't back her
not
up for
one
nothing.
thing positive about her own coach, but she constantly praised other coaches.
Yeah.
She didn't say one. I'm like, what? She talking all this good stuff about all these other coaches, the
Yep.
opponent coaches, but nothing good to say about your coach. Even when after the break, when she pulled a masterful move. She was like, we're not out there partying, we ain't doing nothing. Everybody, we coming here. She started practice 2 weeks early.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. What can we do to fix? Okay, this is what you want to do. How can we make everything mash together? And just like Letitia, the oh man, I forgot your name.
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha.
Lakeisha. Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to say the wrong way. No,
He was getting ready to say. He was getting ready to say Letitia.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Lakeisha said, she found a way to mesh her style, because she after 20, what it was, 20 games, she realized that, hey, the only way for us to win is to use my system. We can't
Hey,
win with the Caitlyn Clark system,
stop right
because
there,
we
Mo
tried
threes.
that for the
Hold on, hold
first
on, hold
10
on, hold on,
games and we went
hold
2
on.
and
Stop.
10.
See,
Huh?
I'm gonna let you go and finish. I'm gonna let you land the plane because you
Yeah,
took
she
the
said we
words right
tried
out of
that
my
for the
mouth.
first 10 to 12 games, and we
Yep.
went what, 2 and 10.
Now they went
That's
1-8.
not work. Then we
Well,
changed
yeah.
up, went to my system. We won, but
Yep.
it made you look small. All your numbers went down. Her numbers
Yep.
started to go down.
Right.
So that's what made the rookie of the race flip flop. At first it was like a even thing, but then it went to everybody. Even everyone was saying, "Oh, Angel Reese is clearly the rookie of the year." Everyone was saying that.
They were.
Even ESPN jumped in on it and started saying Angel Reese was the rookie there, because the things flipped. The start her play went down and Angel Reese's play went up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think Caitlyn went to them and was like, or Indiana or whosoever went and was like, hold up, we can't have this happen. We have to find a way to showcase Caitlyn Clark. We got to bring them numbers back up. We don't care
Yeah.
Mhm.
that you're winning.
Yeah.
We're
Now-
not about the winning. We're in the Caitlyn Clark sweepstakes.
Yeah. So with that
You know what
being
I'm saying?
said, Mo
So
three. Oh, go ahead.
but as a coach, you also want to win. So she found a way to mesh the styles
Yeah.
after the break. they came back and she did it masterful. It was a masterful mix. So I don't understand why people, if people really watch basketball and are a fan of basketball, could say Christy Sides is a bad coach. She's not
Right?
a bad
Stop,
coach.
stop right there, Mo3. I gotta ask you a question. So now, when we was talking, me and Lakeisha was talking about, a potential coach for the Chicago Sky, right? Because me personally, I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't think Kurt Miller moves the needle. I don't think what's her name, Latricia Hamilton from Dallas. I
I think that's the
I
name. Yeah.
I really don't think she moves the needle. My two candidates that I would love to see that get some headlines is Stephanie White and Christy Sides. So what do you think Christy Sides could bring to the table with the Chicago Sky?
I think, all right, first I would go with Stephanie first
Yeah, that's what I
because
said.
she more fits
She fits the
the
MO.
the the uh the personnel, because the personnel, their biggest I could say their biggest standout skills will be defensing and rebounding.
Exactly.
So that's what her coaching style is predicated around. So she would have, what I'm saying, then the offense would come later. So she could start with that and then, what I'm saying, build up from that. Christy Sides is also defensive oriented. That was one of the problems she had with Caitlyn Clark, because her style of coaching is actually defensive orientated, and
Yes.
Caitlyn Clark throws a monkey wrench into that. So she had to find all types of schemes and things to get around that, because you know what I'm saying, like she was coaching the uphill battle. Caitlyn Clark does not fit her coaching style, whatever, because her lack of defense and her unwillingness to buy in on offense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Christy Sides, if we can't get Stephanie, I will go with Christy Sides. Kurt Miller,
I just don't see Kurt
no,
Miller. I really
no. If
don't, man.
I'm telling you this right now, if Kurt Miller gets the job, I will be su- I will be really, 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 really surprised if
Oh yeah.
Kennedy Carter is still there,
Oh yeah.
because
That's what it
if
lies
people
on.
yeah, if people don't realize, he was the one, like,
Yeah.
when he took over for the Sparks, Kennedy
Sparty.
Carter was on the roster,
And then she was
and they
out the
asked her
league.
about it. They asked him about her, and he did some, oh yeah, this and that and third. He made it seem like he was gonna keep her. We're gonna see how we're gonna fit her in. And as
Yeah.
soon as the season started, he cut her.
Yep.
Didn't even give her a chance. Just cut her.
Yep.
Got her up out of there. So I don't like that about him either. He's like a snake. He's a Jeff kind of dude. He's a
Yeah.
snaky type of dude.
Jeff
He'll
P.
talk he'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Jeff
Yeah, he'll talk
Pakalaki.
to you all nice and good and make it seem like you good, and then double cross you behind your back quick, like. So I don't really like that. And then but that's from a personal standpoint. But from a basketball standpoint, I don't like him for the job either, because it's just like you said, KSAP. Look at what he did with the Sparks.
Yeah.
The
They had a good
Sparks.
roster too.
I don't think anyone would argue the fact that the Sparks had a far greater talent pool than Chicago did
Yeah.
last season,
Yeah.
and they did far worse.
Yeah. 8 games.
He only won 8 games, and in a couple of those games he was lucky to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how you gonna give him less and expect him to do more?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. And then for that reason, the same thing with the Dallas Wings coach. Their team was vastly superior
They
to
had
the
ballers on that team.
that was a failure of a season. There's no
Yeah.
way, like, they didn't even make the playoffs. Look at all the
Yeah.
great players she got.
Yeah.
Like, that's craziness. And all those players are returning players. There's not
Yep.
like they just threw them together this year. No, that was bad. That was bad. So I don't think you could, if someone has something far greater and then you giving them something way less to do more with.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. So for those reasons, I think those two shouldn't even be in the runnings. I don't know why they're even in the runnings. Those should be like some last resort if they
Yeah.
can't get anyone else.
Yeah.
And you know what, Mo3? What happened to the Dallas coach, which is why she's gonna be on the bottom for me too, is that I think she's a decent coach but she dealt with a lot of injuries and
Injuries. Yeah.
she couldn't adjust. She couldn't
Yeah.
adjust on the fly. Even though she still had talent on the floor, it was almost like, well, people dropping, but I'm not gonna adjust the game plan just because people drop. And then when they all came back, she couldn't adjust with all of them coming back. It was just, yeah,
The main problem with her adjustment is that she's too much of a player's coach.
gotcha.
Yeah, she's too much of a player's coach. So she's the type of coach that Caitlyn Clark would love.
Okay,
Yeah.
just one second, Mo3. Let me get Cassandra in here. Appreciate you coming on the panel, Cassandra. I think this is your first time on. What you got for us?
Snap.
Yes.
What you got for us?
Yeah, about Christy Sides. I really do think that she was a good coach. But with Caitlyn Clark, you have to go back to the way she was in college. Um, the way Lisa Bueller
Bluter, yeah.
coached her, because she was about the only person on that team that, I hate to say it, that was any good. So she had the red light to just do whatever she, you know, wanted to
Wanted.
do. Shoot 3-pointers from half court and all that. So shooting 3-pointers, that's gonna bring in crowds.
Yeah.
And so that's what that was
They say
going
offense sells
into.
tickets, defense wins
It
championship.
does sell tickets.
Exactly. So going into the WNBA, she thought it was going to be the same. And with Christy Sides, she wanted to coach her as an NBA coach, not a college coach.
Thank you.
Right. I
And
mean,
she
it's different.
didn't, and she did not, want to adhere to what going from college to NBA.
Yeah.
And so I think they kind of butt heads a little bit. And so, with the crowd and the media, they want to see is Caitlin Clark shoot 3-pointers. They don't care about if she has any other game. I mean, I'm I like Caitlin Clark, but I'm not a big fan of Caitlin Clark. I mean, there's a lot of other things that she needs to improve in her game. She needs to do defense. She needs to learn how to do ball handling. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she can do assists, but if you look at it, every time you turn around, somebody's picking her pockets. So she needs to
Pickpocket.
learn how to dribble the ball and go back to the basics and stop just shooting 3-pointers. So, and there's a lot of other NBA players that are great. And I hate to see, that they were talking about, okay, all these other NBA players are jealous. No, it was the fact that they was there. They build up the lead, and then you have Caitlin Clark come in here, and then she's the savior of the
That's the
team.
narrative,
And that's
Cassandra.
just
That's
not
them
true.
narratives.
Yes,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Cassandra, where
I
you been
mean,
at all?
and
Where you been at all season long? Where you been at? This your first time on the panel. Where you been at?
I'm from Lubbock, Texas.
Okay, but where you been at all this time?
I just been watching
Why
and
ain't you been? Why
listening.
ain't you been hitting the link?
I just now saw the link. I didn't know that anybody could just get on.
Man, all the times we do a show when people come up on the panel, that's how they get on the panel when I drop the link.
Okay, okay. Well, I get back on the link the next time
Yes, it
you
sounds
on.
like you got a basketball mind to you.
I have three older brothers. I'm the youngest girl,
And you
so
remind me of Lakeisha. See, that's the stuff
so
Lakeisha be talking about.
so I know all about football, baseball, basketball. So I can
Where you
talk.
been
I
at
can
all
talk
season long
sports.
when we needed you?
I can talk sports. So I mean, she needed to be taught in a WNBA come back from, college. So
Hmm.
that's kind of where Christy Sides and she had to tiptoe around the media and everybody because they wanted to see all the glamour and glitz and 3 pointers and all this from Caitlyn Clark. And she just wanted to coach a team. And they wouldn't let her do it the way she wanted to do it.
Yeah, I
And
totally agree with
that
that.
was the whole thing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Just 1 second, man. Hey,
Here comes the money. Money, money,
hey, shout out to Tony Benzino, the New York Liberty champion. Drop that $10 super sticker. Appreciate you, Tony. Appreciate you, champ. I'm gonna start calling you champ.
Oh Lord, don't do it.
Yeah, I gotta call her champ, man. She earned the rights to be called champ. Lakeisha, she earned the rights, man.
She did.
She earned the rights, man. She earned the
She
rights.
did. She said they was gonna do it. She
that's
was
the
right.
champ. Mm-hmm.
She get a year. She
And
get
then
that
with
praise until the next season.
Yep.
And then with Angel Reese, I wasn't a big Angel Reese fan either, but I respect her game. She hustles, and she's doing what she needs to do. Everybody's talking about her and her off court stuff. Okay, who cares? That's her personal life. Long as she ain't getting in trouble
Exactly.
and all that, let her do her. But
Thank you.
if she's doing what she needs to do on the court, that's all that matters.
Yep. Totally
And
agree.
and the proof will be in the pudding.
Oh yeah.
When you show up for the next season, you don't have to you shouldn't even be asking these questions a month after the season. You ask them questions when the season starts next season. Then you know if people
Exactly.
been really putting in work.
Watch this. Watch
It'll
this,
show.
y'all. Watch this, y'all. See, this is what they do. Look at this comment. Now talk about Angels block shots and shooting percentage. You see what they do? You see what they do?
It got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They only here to
Got
cause
nothing to do with it.
confusion.
They only here to
What's up,
cause
everybody?
confusion.
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Weird
Yeah.
thing
Even the
with
topic,
CC
sir.
fans, bro.
Yeah.
Why did
What's
they bring up shooting percentage when
yeah.
CC has a bad shooting percentage of damn self?
I don't be
I mean,
getting
She shot 34%.
but you have three
She shot what?
players
54.
She shot
on the
34%.
court.
No, 34%.
Oh
3
yeah,
points.
that's what I'm saying. So I don't know why they bring up shooting percentage when Caitlyn Clark has a bad shooting percentage herself.
because Angel
And
Reese is a trigger for these people. As
Yeah,
soon as they
that's
hear
what it
her
is.
name,
Hey,
it's a trigger.
say it louder, Lakeisha. Say it louder.
It's a
So
trigger.
hold up, Lakeisha. Y'all quiet, just 1 second. Say it loud enough so me, myself, and I can see you hear that. Say that louder.
They hear her name, it's a trigger for them.
Thank you.
They don't even want that girl's name mentioned in the
And
same
you
breath as Caitlyn Clark.
Thank
They
you.
don't.
and,
They don't
and
want
you
it.
know, all these people that's trying to put Angel Reese against Caitlin Clark, they don't know it. They probably, have no ill will about each other or not. It's just everybody just trying to pit them. You can go from to entertainment, you can go to singing, whatever. It's always got to be pitting somebody against another person. And these
Media
people
sales.
probably have no, is friends off the court. We don't know these
Chaos,
people.
chaos in media sales. Chaos always sells in the media.
And they are two completely different people, Miss Cassandra. They don't even move in the same circles. I don't know why they
Exactly.
keep trying to make something out. They just two competitors that have nothing really in common that have been linked.
Well,
I mean,
you're not comparing. You're not comparing games. When it comes to Caitlin Clark's people, you're not comparing games. You comparing racial activity, fanboy and girlism, and of course the hate for Angel Reese. So all of those 4 things are true and taking the place in some people at the same time. So therefore, when you have this type of situation where Angel is the complete mover outside of Wilson's last feature in the magazine with her.
Wall
But
Street
right
Journal.
now, she's the most consistent, seen, heard, and in the places to be WNBA player out of everyone that's in the league. And this is what I was talking about a few times while the playoffs was going. She's bigger than the league. She's bigger. She's a mega star. She's so big. You know what I mean? And then it showed she didn't left Caitlyn Clark so far on popularity. You know, you could go to music, she's there. You could go to film, she's there. You could go to commercials and products, she's there. When you go to podcasts, she's there. You understand what I'm saying? So she's the most known WNBA player in America and throughout, actually other countries than Caitlyn Clark right now. Why? Because her media trailblazing, is following her everywhere you go. So now the CC fans, they trying to figure it out because she's not marketable. She not pretty. I'm sorry to say that. It don't got nothing to do with her game. But I'm talking about the whole force of what this person is. They claim Caitlyn Clark is bigger than the game. Well, her right now, as we are in October going into November, everything has stopped. Caitlyn Clark has stopped playing a couple months ago. She is not to be talked to. She's to be talked about. Angel Reese is to be talked to, talked about, seen, heard. You know what I mean? She over here. So it bothers. It's a trigger to the Caitlyn Clark fans that's even, that you seen writing when you hear Angel Reese. Yeah, they can't stand it. They like, why is this fucking girl keep being talked about? Yes, we talked about her game, but we also can talk about her business. She's a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, a media mogul. She's a well liked in the music industry. She's all over the place. So they hate. So when you have the CC people, they, because of their hatred of that, and then the ones that are racist, they like this NG ninja is everywhere. I hate this. The black and white sport guy. He hated right now. He just made enough. He hates that Angel Reese is doing so much things. Mixed sports. He talking about Angel Reese and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So they have nothing to talk. Why you ain't talking about Caitlyn Clark? Ain't this a Caitlyn Clark channel? But
Hey, listen,
why you talking about Angel Reese?
Watch this, bro, Claude. See, this is what the problem I had when I said it earlier, when people started coming in the chat. Caitlyn Clark out there playing golf. Won't y'all make some golf videos? Won't y'all talk about golf videos? Won't y'all talk about what she's out there doing on the golf course? But as soon as you make a positive video about Angel Reese on what she's doing off the court, people come up in the comments and want to start talking about Caitlyn Clark. Well, Caitlyn Clark did this, did that. I don't care. We did a video about Angel Reese. Can you just acknowledge Angel Reese or what she's doing? I told this one guy in there, I think we ran him off, but I told him, won't you start a podcast up? I'll be your first subscriber. If you need my help, I'll help you get the podcast off the ground. You can do your first show on Caitlyn Clark playing golf. And then you can talk about why Caitlyn Clark's not posting videos of her working out. And that's the problem. They always want to, these Caitlyn Clark channels that got the honey on their chest twerking it up, they always want to make videos about Angel Reese in a negative light.
And to what he's saying about Angel Reese, she talked to Shaq, and Shaq gave her a lot of good information, and she's making a lot of money off the court because they're not paying these WNBA players what they're worth. So they will be go and get money off the court. So she's trying to do, be a businesswoman, do other things just like any other sports person. And you're not talking about like Serena, or she's got clothing lines and all this kind of stuff. So why come Angel Reese can't go do all this as well to get extra income, extra money off the court? So that's just being smart in what
Yeah.
she's doing.
Yeah.
Well, Serena had to work hard to do it too because she had. I mean, I don't think y'all remember that Serena had so much pushback and racism, calling her monkey with the big nose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She had calls. You know, she talks about how they were so racially overseas that she even hated going to play overseas. She rather her contest be in, I mean, in the states because they don't fairly ref her. You got what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this: Angel Reese has been the number one product for the WNBA. Caitlyn Clark has the call from the office. Whereas I told K Stap this in the beginning, let's see, about 12 games in the season. I say they got that whistle, brother. He said, "You think so?" People was calling me a conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
They called me, "Oh, he get him off of your K Stap. He's in conspiracy." I said, K Stap, before they did it, I said, K Stap, they not gonna be able to guard this girl 94 feet. And what happened?
Yeah.
That's what happened. They pulled them people. Listen, they got the commissioner call. Say you better tell all your players, notice, here is the memo. Do not pick up that girl from 94 feet down. Wait till she get across that line so she could jack up a shot because it's better. It's better for the game. This is what's happening. So Christy Sides has as a coach, she knows that the call from the main office is to let her jack them shots up as if she was in Iowa. She don't want to play that way, and she tried to fight the system. You know what I mean? The system. You know what I mean? That overpowered her. But when you're in that type of situation, you know she had to get ultimately booted because she was going against the grain.
Yeah.
So that's my take.
Hey,
It's not that.
okay.
It's not
Hold
that.
on, once more three. Let me let Jonathan get in here real quick. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Um, well, first off, I want to acknowledge Political Lil's comment because her comment said, the people that hated Angel Reese, they hated Jesus first. And, and we all know what happened to Jesus Christ due to the hate that came his way. But yeah, I've been listening to what everybody was saying, and I think it's like just mad pathetic at this point. You see Angel Reese out here, usually going to these shows, you know, getting to these big time events, the Met Gala, um, being a narrator of the new Beat commercial and all that feature LeBron James in them, and that drives them mad. I mean, I thought the whole key thing is to not commit crimes, you know, not to see her, get into like, you know, setting people up for shooting, shot up, and drugs, getting armed and all that. She doesn't do any of this, so they go to use this as a way to like to down her by saying, well, she posted all this stuff on the internet except going to the gym, working on her shot and all that. And I'm like, damn, can't please these people for nothing. Can't please these people, man.
Yeah.
I've been watching those comments and all that. It's like, and y'all right. You know what I'm saying? Caitlyn Clark supporters, they come in here talking about Caitlyn Clark, but all these Caitlyn Clark channels, why they talk more about Reed more than they do about Clark? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They could have at least make two videos of Clark playing golf. That would have hurt. You mean to tell me, you know, she plays you know, you see her on the video playing golf, you can't make a video about that, but no, you gotta go to Reed about her being a yellow or her and Shaq in an interview, and Shaq telling her to wear those booty shorts that similar to her outfit that she wore at
Yeah.
the Wild 'N Out. Y'all gotta make that go viral because y'all want to find something to talk about. Not only just hate on Angel, but also use that as a way to make y'all money. Because you know, if Angel Reese is in a negative light for your hating channel, you're gonna have a ton of views, and that means ton of views, a ton of money.
Yeah, they just selling their souls, man. Let me get the champion in here. What's up, Tony?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, champ? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. You calling me champ for man?
Yeah, what's going on, champ? Talk to us.
What y'all talking about? Because y'all been going all over the place.
Man, because it had to start, man, because these Caitlyn Clark fans come in here cause confusion, so they shifted our attention to address some things, and we just stayed on it. You know how we do. We had to stay on it, right? We covered what we wanted to cover about the coaches and stuff, but when they start coming in here, you know, just getting off topic, and you got to address it. And some of this stuff can't go, ignored.
I'm just trying to understand why do we have older men, and it's mostly men that hate Angel Reese, and I don't understand it. And it's not just the any other thing. It's our people, mostly our people that are doing it.
I have no answer.
Like
for
Joe
it.
Budden and his ridiculous remarks the other day.
Tony, I have no answer for none of that, man.
Joe Budden was tripping with that.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, seriously, he was tripping. He even tell her that she needed to use Caitlyn Clark's blueprint, and I'm like,
Jason Whitlock, all of them.
The girl is working on making generational wealth.
Yeah.
She is not concerned about anything else but making generational wealth because she realized that she's in a league that cannot pay her. Yeah. And she do not want to be broke. So this girl is going, that's why you see her doing so many ads, and she's going here and she's over there and she's opening up this place. She's doing that. She just did that Beats narrative for that commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another avenue that she says she's going into again. I don't understand why we as a people have this institutional crab in a barrel mentality.
Let me tell you why. The only answer I can get.
You know why, Sister Tony?
The only answer I can get about Joe Budden.
You know why it burns me so much? Because I rather celebrate her because she is trying to make money.
Yeah, but she's doing something Joe Budden can't do right now.
Well, that's
you know what I'm saying? I understand that, but if you go back and look at it, right? If you go back and look at it, I'm surprised Angel Reese even came in the draft with the NIL money she was making. Right?
That's what I said. I said she should have.
I'm surprised she could have stayed. She could have stayed that last year. And I'm surprised that she came out.
I said she should have stayed another year, and she should have made more money than what she doing. Well, nah, because
But you got to understand.
Yeah, because the gymnastics girl did another year. You know why?
Yeah, and she making big money.
Yeah,
she making money.
Yeah, and I think another thing about it is I think with Angel Reese, but now since she's in the WNBA, it opened up a lot more avenues for her though.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. Plus the NIL deals didn't go away.
They don't go away.
As a matter of fact, that the Reebok contract that you just read up on,
still went with her.
That was originally an NIL deal.
Yep. But now it's a multi-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's like it's like an extension.
Yeah.
And they just.
But she was smart. She said that any deal that she does, it wasn't going to just end for her when she went into the WNBA or did pro. She said she wanted to follow her into her pro career. So that was smart of her. You know.
But that's what I'm saying. But the thing about it is,
she got a great team. Whoever her team that's behind her.
Her mama and them.
Great team.
Her mama and them.
She got her agent.
I know, but her mama's part of that team though.
Oh, okay.
In-house.
You guys gotta watch that series, Money Game on Prime. It's really good.
I'm telling you, man, she got a great team, and they are putting her in different avenues and different industries that I have not seen most of the WNBA players in.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I was saying
when people were saying, "Oh, Caitlyn Clark is the face of the league," and they were putting in calls,
She's
and
never been
you
the
know what I'm
face of
saying,
the league.
and the commissioner was telling them to stop. I was like, they backing the wrong horse.
All right, check this out,
I
man.
was like,
Look,
they was backing the wrong
for the
horse because
people, hold on, what's more theory? For the people that didn't see that Angel Reese Beats by Dre commercial that she narrated, let's take a look.
Listen, it's called chasing your dreams for a reason. You gotta go get it. Living legends get it. Terminators get it. Working moms, rock stars, and redeemers get it. Big timers get it. Y'all know walking double doubles get it.
Walking
Grand
double
slams
doubles.
too. One track minds get it. The 50-50 club definitely gets it. I know rookies get it. And kings too. So you know I gotta ask, what's stopping you?
Man, that was awesome right there.
That's 2 paychecks that girl went and
Yeah,
got.
that was awesome right there. Hey, I
To be
hey,
in it, to be
that
in
right there
it,
is also
and
that was also an NIL
narrate
deal
it.
too.
yeah, appreciate that, Aunt Dix. Aunt Dix wanted me to put that up, so I said, let me go ahead and run that. But that right there, for them to, you got to think about this. All the athletes that have donned the Beats by Dre headphones and stuff, and to salk out somebody like Angel Reese to narrate a commercial with some of the great sports athletes in it, man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, but that's one of her deals already. She already had that.
But I'm just
That.
saying, I understand that, but I'm talking about the commercial that they just put out, and to
Oh yeah,
have
yeah,
her
yeah.
narrate that,
That's
that
like,
is special.
yeah, because she just wasn't in it. She was narrating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
so.
narrated that thing.
But it just goes to show what I was saying earlier, like what I was saying before when I was saying, oh, why the league is protecting Caitlyn and doing all this stuff for Caitlyn when they're backing the wrong horse. Because if their
Because
goal
it's
is to
not part
grow,
of the narrative. The
but if
narrative
the goal,
have
but listen, but that's what
you
I'm
gotta
saying. The goal,
understand the
if
narrative.
the
You gotta
goal was,
understand the narrative.
yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I know what the narrative. I was saying they're doing it. What they're doing is wrong
You
because
and
of
I
the
know
fact.
that. We all know
Because
that
of the
on here
fact.
in the panel.
Because
But
of the
they're
fact.
following
But
the
this is the reason.
narrative.
But this is the reason why I said that what they was doing is wrong. Because the goal is to grow of them doing that was to grow the game. They saying, "Oh, Caitlyn got all these fans and she's growing the game." That's the narrative. But she is growing the game somewhat, but not to the extent that they need because Caitlyn Clark fans are fans of Caitlyn Clark because of basketball. Angel Reese has fans that don't even know she played basketball, don't even care she played basketball. If you look at her social media, almost none of it is about basketball. She have Angel Reese have fans that have never seen her play basketball, and they are diehard Angel Reese fans.
No, she did that by
So
narrative.
if she,
That's
so
her.
if she,
That she did that on
if
purpose.
so, look
She
at
said
this.
that
If
she'd do that on
I
purpose. She says that
yeah,
she
I
would
know.
never ever put basketball on her thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not talking about the Angel Reese side. I'm talking about the WNBA side. So if they were trying to grow the ball, I mean the basketball game, and get viewership, they would back her. Because if she was able to turn those non-basketball fans that she has millions of them over, even a small fraction of them over to start watching basketball, that's how you're going to grow the game because those are going to be new basketball fans. People that
But
prior to
that's
that,
where they
they
headed. They
watched
headed
basketball
there.
before. But almost all of 90% of Caitlyn Clark fans are already basketball fans. They was already watching basketball prior to Caitlyn Clark. They just went from one basketball fan base to another basketball fan base. So the needle didn't move that much.
Yeah,
That's why
Mo,
you
but
that's why you
they headed there. They listen. They're headed there. It's just the WNBA is late to catch up. So don't think that they're not headed there to beg Angel Reese. Don't. They're very smart business people. Trust what I'm saying. But the difference between what happened with CC, it was so much of a tidal wave, and the white folks on that white tea people. I'm sorry, the white tea people was begging her so much because you got to think about it. I'm in Chicago. She was in Iowa. She was in a rural area where it's like ain't that many, black parts of Iowa, first of all. And then the second thing is that you got a situation where it was like a Magic Johnson, Larry Bird type of convention that they was trying to push the narrative to, but they two different types of players. They have similarities in playing the game of basketball, but while you're in the game of basketball, they got two different missions, two different ways and positions, not mission, two different ways to play and positions. So therefore, they couldn't really connect like they wanted to. So that's why they let the race baiting, the racial things happen the way that they was. But believe me, Mo, they coming with because they business people and they see what this girl doing and they and they want more money to come and they know what Angel is doing right now. Trust me, they are trying to catch up because Angel Reese came to Chicago with. Did you see her media day? I mean, she had a curtain and a table with 12 reporters in it. So they, Chicago Sky tried to case. They had no idea. This was the number 7 pick. Watch this, he get what Caitlyn Clark did. Watch this, he get the thing, the red carpet Caitlyn. So they didn't. So now, even the Chicago Sky, they trying to catch up with this girl. I mean, they had a line today. I just came from the South Side. They had downtown. They had a line by her. I was just moving in the car, but I was driving, so I couldn't take a picture of it to show y'all this. But they had a line by her thing, by her Cash App.
That machine.
Thing.
Yeah.
Today, I'm talking about today. And I know it was a warm day. The other day it was kind of cold, so a lot of people probably wasn't out.
Don't that machine give out certain memorabilia of her?
Yeah, to give memorabilia, give you free things.
Don't watch basketball. That's my point. Angel Reese has so many fans outside of basketball. She has
white tea people. It was white tea people lined up, Mo. I'm trying to tell you the information. I'm here. It was white tea people with their kids, white tea women that was out there trying to, trying to get that cash out going.
Hey, hold on 1 second, man. Shout out to International 33 for the $2 super sticker.
Here comes the money.
All right. Hey, we got Brooklyn in the building. Go ahead, Lakeisha.
I don't think people understand I know they understand I know they always talk about the racial component, but I don't think people understand that coming from the school where she came from, most of those alumni, the majority of them are white tea people.
Yes, she went to Catholic school. Yes.
And they ride for their people. When they leave that school, she didn't lose those fans. She gained those fans in Chicago. She gained those fans in other facets of life, like entertainment and stuff like that. So I don't understand the WNBA not being able to foresee.
They couldn't do it because it was so much. It was so. It's like a forecast. You got a tsunami coming, and then you got a windstorm. This is how they was looking at it. But in actuality, it was a tsunami coming, but also you got an earthquake at the same time, shaking the earth. So they really didn't pick it. They really didn't pick that up. They really didn't. You know what I mean? So now they are running. They are trying to catch up with this girl right now. This is big. I mean, when you just showed that case out, just showing that just shook some of the CC fans that's even on your channel right now.
Shook them up when I did the podcast earlier today, man.
They shook up. It's nothing you can say. She got the king on there. Then she talk about the rookies and then all of the up and coming sports.
Yeah.
You know, people that's on. You know what I mean? So you can't. I mean, it's like, hey, you remember that song? No. You can't deny, although you try. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really
And
hard for
my
them.
thing about that commercial, man, you got to look at it. Like I said earlier, like you got to look at all the athletes that have donned the Beats by Dre, even the pill and all that, right? And look at the major athletes that have been sponsored or have a partnership by Beats by Dre, and then you call Angel Reese to narrate a commercial like today that dropped. That's huge, man.
And look when it dropped too. What did she do the day before?
Yeah, she was at the she was getting all in the dress. She went to the
Yeah,
what
she
was
was
that?
at that award.
Dressed up
And
with the blonde hair and all that.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Bulls game they
this
won
is the
tonight.
thing I
Yeah,
want.
she was at the Bulls game.
Acting
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Angel
she had
Reese
the
is
boot camp
beating down
tonight.
these people's door and begging to be at these places. No,
Yeah.
they're calling
But she
her.
gets paid to make those
Yeah. These
appearances.
public
So
appearances. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. And people
exactly.
they don't like that. They don't like that. Just 1 second, man. We got Brooklyn in here. Where you at, Brooklyn?
Yeah, what's good, everybody? What's
What's
good,
good?
What's
family?
up, boy? What's up, boy?
Oh shit! I had cammed up to talk about something, but I had like moved on from the
Nah,
conversation,
go back to what
so I was just listening.
what you got to
Just
say?
two things. So one was the NIL deals. KSAP, you hit the nail on the head. Y'all was talking about the NIL. It was she said that some of the NIL deals was limited in college because she couldn't, because she was a student, she couldn't go too far with them. So the
Okay.
fact that she turned pro, she was able to turn those deals into something bigger. So she actually made more money going pro and staying in college.
But
And
wasn't
then
some of them NIL deals, man, worth some lucrative money though?
yeah, no, absolutely. She was saying that because she was a student athlete, she couldn't really expand them. Like
Oh, okay.
they're limited when in school how far you could take those deals. So she said once she became pro, she was able to take the deals a lot further than she was
Okay.
able to do in college. And
Like
then the
like
other thing,
she wouldn't have been able to do that in college.
right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
the
because
other
the
thing I
college
wanted to
has
talk about,
stipulations. Go ahead.
right? And not exactly. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I'm actually, a big Joe Budden's fan. I watch his podcast, and one thing I notice about Joe, and it's not just Joe, because Cameron said something.
Yeah.
It's a lot of social media, and I also want to separate because Tony brought up a good point. I want to separate what she's saying from them guys because it's actually like regular civilians, like black men that be on these lives and whatever,
yeah.
and they really be upset with Angel
Yeah.
because of her personality. I don't really think that the celebrities feel the same way that those civilians do, but the celebrities, to me, it just shows how much they don't watch women's basketball. Like their takes be from the little bit that they seen, the little I can't think of the word, but the short snippet, the short
The
video,
clip,
whatever the
the
case
clip.
may be. Yeah, the clip. There you go. Thank you. Their responses come from them clips, and then they have a response to that. But you could tell that they haven't really been paying attention to everything that's going on. So from their point of view, I can understand why they say what they say because they're talking out of ignorance. If we do that, we could take any topic in the world that we have little bit of information on, and then we can have a whole opinion on it and don't realize how dumb we sound to people who really pay attention to that topic. You get what I'm saying? So that's how Joe Budden sound to me. Because when I listen to Joe Budden's podcast, believe it or not, for the people who don't really watch him, the stuff that he knows, he's actually really good at that. But the stuff that he don't know, like the WNBA, he has really bad takes, like the take he had the other day. So that's why I said I'm an avid watcher of him. He's not just terrible all the time. He's terrible when he try to tap into things he don't know nothing about. Because I even heard him have terrible takes about the NBA. Like he got a take on LeBron that I can't stand. So I could just tell like some of his basketball takes is just like his personal basketball
But
takes.
my
And
thing
weird.
is, I didn't mean to cut you off. My thing is, but why did he go so hard on Angel Reese though?
I think he was again. It's not just him because Cameron had a similar response.
Well, I know that,
I
but
think a
he
lot of them.
made fun of it. He made a
I
joke
know.
about it at
No,
the
I know. I
end.
saw it. I watched the podcast. I think a lot of them they look at because they in celebrity culture, so they looking at these girls like they would look at what's Harvey's daughter name.
Steve Harvey's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What's
Whatever her
name?
name, Lori. I think it's Lori Harvey.
Lori
When
Harvey
she
that
just,
was with Michael
they
B.
look at it
Jordan.
the same thing like somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like she put herself in a bad light. So it's like that's the world they in. So that's what they know. So they comparing Angel to that, but Angel's she's a sports star, right? She's a superstar. She's not just some celebrity like Kim what's her name, Kardashian, whatever Kardashian, that has no talent. That's just in the media. You know what I mean?
But he don't go hard on people like that though.
No, I agree, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said his take. I'm not defending him. I'm saying his take is terrible. I'm just saying like he knows what he's talking about when he's talking about music and stuff like that. But again, I think the reason why he has such a bad take on somebody like Angel Reese is because he don't pay attention. He just see the little clip he see, and then he having an opinion on that, and that's why his take is so terrible.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
but
doing his audience a disservice then.
But at the
I
end of
agree.
the day, are you teaching the future? I mean, you're telling young men to disrespect black women.
Well, that's not what he did. I watched the pod. He didn't
But that's the
disrespect her.
message. But that's the message he's sending.
No, that's the
I
message.
disagree with
Like that, Brooklyn, because
A black woman, when you
That's
it's not
disrespect a black
protecting.
woman on national waves,
Tony,
national TV.
Tony, what did he say?
He talked about how she dressed. He talked about how she
You need
needs
to tone it down a little bit.
that's
Yeah.
not for you or anybody to tell her how to dress. You're not her. You're not. He's not her daddy.
Listen, I'm not.
Nor is he a man.
I'm not
That's
disagreeing with
the
you, but I
issue.
think
Concerned about her. If there's ways to do things, here's the thing: if he was really concerned about how she was dressed, all he had to do was try and find her agent, get in touch with her, and
DM
call
or
her.
something like that.
Not
Yeah.
come on.
Right. And then he said to sit
Not come
down.
on your podcast for
And
clout
put her on blast. Yeah.
and put her on blast. He did for clout, and because
Yeah, it
we all
sounds like
know
it's
he's a
for
has
clout.
been.
nah, it's
He's a
not. I
has been
could
from day one.
when I could talk, I explain it, but I just don't want to overtalk nobody.
I don't like Joe Budden.
Man, bottom line, he did it for clout, man. I think
Nah,
he
he
did it for
didn't
clout.
though. I watched the pod. This is not the first time
I
they
watched
talked
it.
about Angel Reese. A lot of y'all don't know
watched
that
it
because
too,
y'all don't
but
watch the
No,
podcast.
I
Brooklyn,
think
but you
I
can't
think
It's like the third or
sugarcoat
fourth
that, man.
time
He
they
did
talked
it
about
for
Angel
clout,
Reese.
but I mean
No,
to talk
Brooklyn,
about
I
her
watched
in
Why
that
it
would hold on?
light.
Why
in
would
its
Joe Buttons have
entirety.
to talk about Angel Reese for clout? That don't make sense.
Well,
This
he
nigga
shouldn't have
been
talked about
famous
her
for
at all.
20 years.
He shouldn't have
that's
talked about her
exactly
at
that's for
all.
click. That's for
His
click.
podcast is to talk about this is what he
Because his
talk about.
podcast ain't making diddly squat. That's why
He
for
went
the
hard on
ratings.
Angel Reese,
People
man.
That's
want
not
to
true at
on
all.
Angel Reese.
Yes,
Joe
a lot of
Budden,
people. A
Joe
lot of
Budden
people
have
have.
one of the biggest
Let's stop
podcasts
playing
in
with
the
But a lot
world.
of
let's
people
stop
have
playing
gave
games
Joe
now.
Button flat for what he did to Angel Reese. That's
No, Joe
that's
Budden
out
got a
there.
big pot.
Okay, but
Brooklyn.
being the oldest person in this chat, I'm just gonna boil it down to this: us black and brown females are always gonna be seen in a negative light. I don't care what we do, and we
That's true.
always gotta scratch and claw and do twice as much as everybody else. And I know I'm probably gonna piss off a lot of people by saying that,
No,
but
you're not.
you can have
They
and
already
like I
pissed.
said I have no dog in the fight. I don't know Caitlyn Clark from anybody, but if Caitlyn Clark was in the same situation, there was nothing or there would be nothing that would be said about what would be going on. But because it's Angel Reese and it's her skin color, then there's a whole front headline news about what she's doing.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Them white boys, when Caitlyn Clark was doing terrible, Brooklyn, the white boy, it's a whole bunch of
Yeah,
podcasts.
but see,
The
y'all
white
missing
boys,
one.
the white
Y'all
boys.
missing.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
But
to
let's
hear me
be
out.
real, man. If Caitlyn
These
Clark was
white
in a
cheese
suit like that,
boys, they
what's
were
the other boy?
protecting Caitlyn Clark even at her worst. Even at her worst, we have a problem. We have a problem as black people.
Yeah, that is fact.
Looking, we want to always be political about it, or we want to be in the middle with something. Hell no. You pick a goddamn side. And that's what we doing on this podcast. We picked a side. And this is why this podcast is here. You could do the explosions, KSAP. But we right here, we pick the goddamn side. Shut your damn mouth. Be the hell quiet, because the black woman is the least protected human being on this planet, first of all. Second of all, it triggers the sisters because he got a black. I mean, all my daughters, they hate the dude. You know what I'm saying? They really do. I know it's a popular podcast, but they hate the guy. Listen, from what I've heard several different times, I try to give him a chance. I really do. But he lost me at the Jordan when he had Stephen A on. He all the way lost me because he was doing too much of the devil's advocate shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that type of shit he likes to play devil advocate, y'all. If y'all don't know who Joe Budden is, he does like to play the devil's advocate, which I believe is such a assholish move. You don't have to say nothing about that girl. She don't have to say anything. Joe Budden is in mid-40s. That could be his daughter. Shut the hell up. Let the girl do what she's doing. If you ain't got nothing good to say, like my grandmama said, shut your ass up and don't say nothing at all.
Exactly.
I would just say you hit it on the head, because Caitlyn Clark is going to be protected by her community.
Exactly.
A lot of times, black women don't get that. I'm not knocking black men at all. I'm just telling you, sometimes you can keep it real, but still protect us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
no, I understand you, Brooklyn. No, I'm with you, Brooklyn.
Y'all not with me, one, because I didn't get a chance to speak. I don't even know if I should say anything. I'm gonna just let it ride. I'm gonna just say, all right.
Go ahead, Brooklyn.
It's what I call
Hey, Brooklyn, that was a trigger. That was a trigger when our women. It's a trigger for me when my women.
I respect it. I respect how everybody feel, and I just think we coming from different places. Please, nobody. I'm an honest person, so nobody get offended with the things that if I say something, please don't get triggered.
No, you are.
I didn't say you were. I just said I said.
It's a conversation that needs to be had.
It needs to be solved.
If there's no change,
if it's a conversation,
you
and
have
everybody
to have
gets to
a
speak, though, right?
conversation.
Everybody has spoke.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
hold on, stop once. What's the issue? Everybody has spoke,
and I haven't.
No, you spoke, and then we came back to you. Said you just gonna stop.
All right, you're right. You know what?
And all I was just saying that we were. And all I was saying is that we're having a conversation.
I had a lot.
Oh, that's what he was trying to say.
Okay, let Brooklyn let Brooklyn get his point out, because I think what it is, I don't think they take it important. Why is it not important?
No, it's important.
Because so
Brooklyn,
the reason
don't
why I
do
don't
that,
think
man.
it's
Don't
important.
do that, man. Say what you gotta say,
man.
man.
Hold on, I am. The reason why I don't think it's important, because I don't think y'all realize I agree with y'all. I came up here and said I thought Joe Budden was wrong, right, about what he said. Now, what I do disagree with it, and listen, I know a lot of y'all don't watch his podcast. I do, so y'all just got this one wrong. It is what it is. Like, sometimes we can get things wrong. That's why I said I think we should separate what Joe Budden was trying to do with some of these black men, because what Tony said is true. I've seen a lot of these lives out here where black men are just angry and they like, oh, she this and she that and she this. Joe Buttons don't treat her like that. I watch his podcast. I've been a Joe Buttons fan since 2003. So I've been a fan of him before the podcast. I watched it. A lot of people don't watch his podcast, so they don't know. Y'all basically reacting now off a clip where y'all think he was trying to do something that he really didn't do. Right? And y'all probably don't know this, but there's another person on his podcast named Ice that's actually the Angel Reese fan. Joe Biden's not even, he's not a WNBA fan, and he never really been a fan of Angel Reese. It's Ice that's a fan of Angel Reese. And even Ice was agreeing with Joe Biden's the way what he was saying, right? I disagree with both of them. But this wasn't a situation where they was hating on the black woman. That's not what was happening. I know y'all think that's what was happening, but that's not what was happening. Joe Budden just had a bad take because it was something that he doesn't watch. That's why I said if y'all see it from that point of view, y'all will understand. So I agree. Okay, I get it. This is not even a WNBA conversation as far as you shouldn't tell women what to wear. Like that's just a conversation people have in the world. So I understand where you're coming from with that, Tony. But if you look at with the pictures that Angel Reese had, you know, when she went on the wilding out thing, half her ass was out. When she went to the basketball game, half her ass is out, right? If you're somebody who don't pay attention and all you see is that, you're gonna have something to fucking say. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Joe Budden's opened his mouth, and he should have, because he's talking about something that he knows nothing about. He just saw a couple pictures and heard a couple clips and then had an opinion. I think he was wrong. But this isn't a black man hating on a black woman thing. This is a uninformed guy talking about something he has no business talking about. But that's why I said maybe I shouldn't say nothing, because I agree with y'all point. Y'all point is very important, and I agree with y'all saying. It's just not this situation. Y'all wouldn't know that because y'all don't watch Joe Budden.
Okay,
See, and that's the
point I was making.
Hold on, Cassandra. Let me say this. I think Brooklyn, I think that's the problem right there. They don't have to watch the Joe Budden's podcast. They're talking about this particular episode on what Joe Budden did with Angel Reese. Now, the reason why it's so out there is because now it's news out there. Everybody's talking about it. Not knowing that they have to watch the Joe Budden's podcast. They focused on what
the
he
news.
said to Angel Reese, and it's out there.
Right, and I get what you're saying. And the only issue I was saying was it's a real issue out there, and it's Joe Budden's fault because he opened his fucking mouth. So when I'm saying this is a real issue out there that he's being grouped a part of, that he's not a part of that group, right? He's a part of it. It's two different groups. You got people, and I said it, and that's why I said celebrity, because it ain't just Joe Budden. There's a few of these athletes, Matt Barnes. You could call out Matt Barnes. You could call out Joe Budden. You could call out Cameron and May Show. What I'm saying is when they
Shannon,
speak,
all of them.
what I'm saying is when they speak, I don't know about Skip and Shannon because they issue might be a little different. But with the people that I mentioned, they're speaking from an uninformed place. They're talking about women's sports when they never watched it. So they're coming from an uninformed place. But what I'm saying is you got these people that Tony was pointing out that's on live is these black men that's just really upset with Angel for other reasons. Like they just mad at Angel. Like it's crazy. Like their anger is through the roof. Like I even hopped on one of these guys' lives and tried to have a conversation with them. Respectfully, he got mad at me and camped me down. So I know what she's talking about firsthand. I'm the person that's in these. First of all, I don't know how much what y'all do, right? But I'm the person that's in these comments, and I'm the person that's hopping on these lives arguing with these motherfuckers. So of course I know what y'all talking about. I go back and forth. I sent KSAP a post of where I'm the only person they got a 66-1 rookie vote and whatever. I'm the only person in there defending Angel by myself because that's the shit I do. I go to war with these niggas. So y'all talk like I know exactly what y'all talking about because I go to war with these niggas. But Joe Budden wasn't doing that. That's what I'm just trying to tell you because I watch his podcast. I know that.
Okay, but at the end of the day,
Brooklyn
at the end of the
and
day,
bro,
whether or not if it was for he said it for whatever reason, right? You fell into the category. You should have, like you said, he should have shut his damn mouth up because you fell into the category of another black man,
a place where he didn't want to be,
disrespecting a black woman, older black man disrespecting a 22-year-old who's trying to live her life.
But he didn't do that either, is what I'm saying. Because he critiqued her, but he didn't disrespect her, Tony.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Because I let you talk.
You wrong, but go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. So, right. This is what I call institutionalized crab in a barrel mentality, because we don't like to see another person go up and be successful. Instead of we celebrate this success, we go on podcasts because he knew already once he said that it was going to hit the news.
He knew it.
So don't tell me that he didn't know that what he was saying, because he already knew that you put Angel Reese's name in any conversation, it's going to hit the news.
Yeah, he
Right.
knew it.
So let's stop
That's
trying to
that
defend
cap
So
right
Tony,
there.
let me
He
man
ask
knew.
you a question.
who opened his mouth
Hey,
and
listen.
disrespected. Because
Tony,
at the end of the day, he disrespect. Let me finish because I let you talk. You notice I didn't even say nothing. I let you talk the whole time.
Y'all crazy,
all right, Tony, let me ask you a question.
I'm not going to talk. I'm talking, dude.
I waited. You ain't say all right.
I'm talking. Let me
I just
finish. When I'm done,
let me
I will
know when
say
you're done. I got
I
a
will say
question to ask
Brooklyn
you.
because you get upset when
Yeah.
somebody keep talking when you talking, right?
I wasn't talking, Tony. I'm listening to
All
you.
right.
Y'all wow.
Right. So you can pretty it up all you want to, and you try to defend him all you want to, but that's the problem. We make excuses for black men who open their mouth and say stupid things.
Okay.
Right. There's no excuse for it. You should have never said it. You an old ass man. How are you gonna be talking about a 22-year-old? Like what she wear? What does that have to do with what you doing? She making money. She's making generational wealth. She could be doing other things out there, but she's making money. That girl, I've never seen any WNBA player work the way she's working. And you,
Mm-hmm.
as a black man, sit down there and talk dog crap about her,
Mm-hmm.
just like the rest of
And
the uncles, them like Stephen A. What's the big old
Shannon.
Shannon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Right?
Shannon on the horse.
You fell into that narrative to try and dog her. You notice, and I don't know who said it, but when it comes to Caitlyn Clark, they always defend her. Caitlyn Clark could do the worst thing right now. They
That's
will
it,
still
man.
defend her.
That's right.
Right? Angel Reese
And
do something. Y'all don't know how to pick up a phone and call her and say,
and
hey,
bro in
yo, Angel,
Brooklyn,
yo, Angel, bring it in. Bring it in. Hey, what you got on? But no, we go on podcast and talk about her and we dog her out. Make it make sense.
Y'all know who Molly Cyrus is?
Before Brooklyn, I want to go.
Nah, Cassandra
oh
next
my
after
goodness.
Brooklyn. Go ahead, let Brooklyn finish. Go ahead. Then Cassandra gonna jump in. Then we'll get you Mo 3.
Tony, you know who Molly Cyrus is?
And we're not going. We don't try to move the goalposts now. We're not
I'm
talking
not.
about
I
Miley
just
Cyrus.
asked you a
We're
question.
not talking
You either
about
know
Miley
her or you
Cyrus.
don't
I
know
know
her.
who Miley Cyrus is,
All
and
right,
we're not
cool.
talking about Miley Cyrus.
Okay. I just
We're
wanted to
talking
see if you
about
knew who
Angel
that
Reese.
was
We're
because
not
you said
talking
people
about
won't
Miley
talk
Cyrus.
bad if
Come on
you
now, man.
white.
Don't do that. Let what's her name? Cassandra go
Cassandra.
and
Go ahead,
talk.
Cassandra. What you
No, no,
got?
no. I'm not done. She's
Oh.
not doing that. I'm not finished. She said she was gonna wait, and everybody
All right,
got
go
to
ahead. Go.
wait, and
All right,
everybody
Go
Brooklyn.
got to
Go.
ahead.
wait.
Go.
Go
Go.
ahead.
I asked her one question to see if she knew who that was. All right, cool. Because that debunks one thing she said. But I got I got another question for you. Do you know how many podcasts Joe Buttons drop a week, Tony?
I don't care if he dropped
You don't
20,
care,
30,
so you
40,
don't know.
50. It
You
it it,
said,
it, it
"Hold
does
on, I'm
not
asking
make
you this
it
question for
doesn't
a reason." You
excuse
being
what he
emotional,
said.
Tony. You being real
Stop
emotional.
making excuse for a man that a
I ain't
old
make no
ass man
excuse. I asked the question.
that disrespected a black woman. Come on now.
So my question is, Brooklyn, what does it got to do with how many podcasts he drop a week?
But
She's just
because
talking
the
about the
reason,
fact of
no,
the Angel Reese thing.
let me wait. All right, so I understand what she's talking about, but she said, I keep telling her it's like, and I get it. She coming from an emotional place. She's saying a lot of things that's wrong. So the question that I asked her, I'm gonna tell you why I asked her the question. She said that she said Joe Buttons mentioned Angel Reese's name because he knew it was gonna do blah 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 whatever the fuck, right? This nigga dropped 4 podcasts a week, only mention her on 1 podcast. So if he wanted to have his numbers go, wouldn't her name be in every podcast?
So out of all the other 3 podcasts that he dropped, was anything controversial in them podcasts he dropped that made international news or headline news besides the one he said about Angel Reese?
Maybe. I mean, we not talking about nothing else. We only talk about Angel Reese.
No, but I haven't heard all the other 3 podcasts because I see clips of Joe Budden's podcast, but I haven't seen any controversial thing that he said in the 3 podcasts that you're saying that he dropped a week when he dropped the one with Angel Reese. That's why I'm saying what he said about Angel Reese, that's the one that just took off. Everybody took wind of that, and
I would say
that's a
everybody
storyline.
I would say everybody probably in the sports world, because Joe Buttons, he talks about
It
pretty
wasn't just
much.
a sports world. It wasn't just a sports
Okay.
world. Ricky Smiley show
Yeah,
was
everybody
talking
talked
about it.
about
There
it.
was other shows talking about
Yeah.
the way he was talking mad crap about her.
What's that dude that comes on? It ain't CNN, but he comes on. He talks about every international news. He even talked about it. I heard it on the what's the name? The Steve Harvey Morning
Maybe I
Show.
need to go
They
listen
talked
to it
about it.
again because
Yeah.
I heard it and it ain't sound like as disrespectful as we
But
make it sound.
it's not
It
about
sound uninformed. It
I
did
understand
sound
what you're saying,
uninformed.
Brooklyn. It's not about that, but it's how it made headlines on all these
How it
national
came,
media
how it
spectacles.
came across.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey Brooklyn, let me give you something. I know you don't know.
Hold on. So we skipping here?
Nah, hold on,
Wait,
Go
let me
ahead,
end with,
go ahead,
hold on,
go
before
ahead,
you
Mo.
do that, bro, Claude, let me end with this. Because it seemed like y'all know more than I do. What did he actually say?
No, go ahead, Mo 3.
Nah,
Mo.
hold on.
No,
After
it's
that, it's gonna be Miss
Cassandra.
Cassandra, then Mo 3.
Okay, yeah, okay. So your question to me is, what I was saying is that I've been in the music business for 32 years. Y'all don't know that. KSAP knows it. I've been in all across in Source magazines. I've been in the Hot 100. I'm just a heavy guy now with no braids in my head. But anyway, by me being in the music business and being on a higher profile, it's called Clout. What we were doing and what we're doing. He knew because he's been in the game. I met Joe Budden a whole bunch of times, and he also sat and had, some affiliate time with him, doing the Source Awards. He knows when you say certain things where it goes. He knows this. He's very smart. He's a very smart cat, Brooklyn. I'm talking about he's very intelligent. You understand what I'm saying? So he is somebody that's that intelligent. You can't say, well, he made a mistake. He did not. Just like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp ain't gonna tell me he made a mistake or his phone this and that. He just can't.
Facts.
It's just certain things that's gonna not, because most of us that's that hears and see things, we are not led by what we hear and see. And you one of those cats too. So you cut from that cloth too, Brooke. So I believe that, and I feel that way. What Sister Tony is talking about is that man knew what he said. He knew that was going to trigger. He knew it. I'm telling you, he knew it. He's that smart, bro. I know him. Not know him as a friend, but I'm saying I've been in multiple places. He knows that you got to do certain things. You got to have this certain ways. So it's called a media day. When we were back in the 90s and early 2000s, the artists used to have a media day, and we were told the person that was doing the interview, they would already have the questions and answers of what they want them to ask us and what we are to respond to say to help our media exposure. So what I'm saying is this: the man been over this over and over again. I'm not saying I'm not demonizing him. I'm just saying what he said, just like K-Step said. Out of all four of those things that he did last week, which one stood out? The one he talked about, Angel Reese. Why? Because she's the biggest star of the WNBA, and now she's an A-class star celebrity. So now, it's not like he talking about what's the girl name, Lil Cuckoo, whatever her name is, the little rapper. It ain't. We don't even know her name. He's talking about Angel Reese, a mega star of what we were talking about last time. So he knew when he said that, he didn't know the repercussions. I'm not saying that he calculated that. I ain't giving him all of that right. But he knows what type of podcast
So
he has.
you saying in other words, bro, Claude, you think that Joe Buttons went on his podcast and mentioned Angel Reese just to get clicks? That's what you're telling me?
Definite. It's about money. Definite. I don't put it past.
Claude,
Listen, I don't put it
Claude.
past them. I don't put it. Listen, this is the music game.
Bro,
Puffy is who
Joe
he is.
Button.
Puffy is Puffy. Suge is Suge. Lil J is Lil J. P is T. Listen, they are these people in the game, in the industry, bro. This is what you get paid to do is to get clout. And as a
So
rapper, our main thing is to have clout. Is to hey, we just did this, or yeah,
maybe young
so
rappers, broke Claude.
no, we
But listen,
started this
bro,
game.
Claude,
You
Joe
never
Budden's
forget that. You never forget that. That's how you came in the game. He came in the game talking, criticizing all the rappers. Come on, bro.
bro. Never mind. We got it.
All right, now I'm gonna say this,
I'm
and then I'm
just
gonna let
saying, did
Mr.
he not? Did he
I'm
not talk about all the rappers? Did he not call them all out?
you said it, bro, Claude. But let me say this, and then I'm gonna move on to Cassandra. When Shannon Sharp brought Cat Williams on his podcast, that was for clout. He knew what that was gonna do. So go ahead, Cassandra. What you got?
I was just saying that, when I first made that statement, Brooklyn and Brooklyn, I wasn't talking about the guy you was talking about on his podcast, because frankly, I don't know who he is, and like I said, I'm probably the oldest one on this panel, so I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about life in general. And I ain't talking about what I've heard, what I've seen. I'm talking about what I know, what I've lived, and seen what black women have gone through. Yeah, we've taken steps forward, but there's still a lot more that we need to be taken. But going around back to what we were discussing, which was the whole Angel Reese, Caitlyn Clark deal, I'm just saying, if the roles were reversed and Angel Reese was doing all the 3 pointers and all that, it wouldn't be this big of a deal. Period.
Got you. That's a good take. All right, we got Coach Marcus in here. Let him get his take, and then we go into Mo 3.
Man, it's getting hot in here, bro.
Boy, we have nights like this.
Let me say it like this. And I heard, whether you agree with it or not, I heard L. Duncan say this on ESPN, and it made the most sense. You don't create Angel Reese or Caitlyn Clark in a vacuum. The audience will tell you what they want to look for and what they respond to. And her point was they have a whole crew of people specifically to figure out that issue. So I didn't see the Joe Budden podcast. I heard about it, but rest assured, they have meetings. Joe Budden ain't a fool. They have meetings and schedule. Okay, Monday we talking about this. Tuesday we talking about this. They can go on Google and Chat GPT and figure out what's trending. Okay, Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark are trending. We're gonna talk about Angel Reese on Monday, and so whether or not it was by accident, yes, they do that to get clicks. That's the point of it. That's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I said this before. I am a former NFL player that's talking about the NFL, yet the WNBA has given me more growth on my channel than anything else.
It's kind of wild, ain't it, Coach Marcus?
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is wild. Like you'll never figure out the algorithm.
No,
man.
and
never.
The thing that I figured out is just from my time being at the pro game when I played overseas and now being a fan, the game is still the same. People want what they want. Mm-hmm. And the people that like Angel Reese, there is nothing that I can say that's going to convince you otherwise. The people that like Caitlyn Clark is the same thing. Yeah. The one thing I saw Shaq say, and I was like, I didn't expect that from him, but it made sense. He said, I was a hater because I was down with you. But when I saw her hit that 3-pointer and he said, she can't do that again, and she hit the shot, and she can't do that again. And what Shaq said was, when you hit that shot 10 times in a row, you got to realize that
ain't no accident.
Yeah.
So you
there
can't.
Ain't no accident.
So I'm waiting for Angel Reese to get smart and get on the phone with Caitlyn Clark and do a commercial together. They were making
Hey,
ton of money.
that would fuck some shit up right there,
Would
boy. And then, hey, look, and then the
It'd
crazy
be
thing
epic.
about it is, it would be epic. And the crazy thing about it is, man, I'm telling you, them Caitlyn Clark channels like Bitch Be Frank, Adriana Ross, Mick
Yeah.
TV, Black and White Sports, John the Liquidator. Well, I mean, what can you do now? What can you say now?
Yeah, I mean, it's the. Somebody said it earlier.
I think it's gonna happen, Marcus. I think it's gonna happen.
Listen, I done already formulated this plot in my head. Angel Reese is out in Rutgers Park or some famous park in Chicago playing ball,
And they're gonna
they need a
clash.
third.
Yeah.
And who pull up but Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark.
And they burn everybody on the court. They run the court.
That'd be shit.
And then it ends with they dap each other up, do all that stuff. And when Caitlyn lead the court, Angel looks at her and say, "Now you know I'm gonna bust that ass next week, right?"
Yeah.
Give it back to competition.
That's a hell of a commercial.
That's a hell of a commercial, man.
You did a whole treatment. Hey, you did a whole treatment, coach.
Yeah. Don't give it
You did
away.
a whole treatment, homie.
Don't give it away.
Giving your ideas
All right.
away.
And then when Angel get in the car, she gonna say, "Now how you like me now?"
Exactly. Something like that, man. You listen, you find a way to make money.
Yeah.
You find a way to work with other people. The only
Madge
thing,
found the way with Bird. Madge found that way. He
Yeah.
found that way with Bird. They eventually was able to do the Converse commercial together.
It's coming,
So,
y'all.
did you
It's
see
coming.
did you see the I know Larry Bird told this story, but did you ever hear the story of when Larry Bird had to tell Magic that he was his mother's favorite
His
player?
mother favorite, yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
invited her to dinner?
She invited him to dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right here in Indiana. Right here in
Yeah,
Indiana.
it was a different time back then. And then you got to look at the personalities because I believe Angel when she says she don't hate Caitlyn Clark. That's just
No,
the
they've
narrative.
been knowing each other since grammar
but
school.
you know what's
high school.
funny?
Right. But I will say this though. Now, Angel Reese has never. I think she said some stuff that's flippant and kind of. I didn't agree with what she said, but she's never been disrespectful. Never.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Every time the Angel Reese does mention Caitlyn Clark, these YouTube channels that support Caitlyn Clark always say, "Well, Angel Reese got to keep Caitlyn Clark's name in her mouth just to generate some things."
Right.
See, that's the stuff that I don't know, man. I'm just here so I won't get.
You already know when we were talking during the finals. This is true across the board, any sport. I was talking about this today. I did a podcast tonight. We were talking about the Eagles. And the guy was asking me, is Jalen Hurts like elite? And I was like, I don't think so. Not right now. And he was like, I think he's elite and everything. And my answer is, if the question is who's the best WNBA player, my answer is yes. Whatever you come up with and whatever your reasons are, it's not up for me to argue because at the end of the day, eventually they're going to meet up on the court. And that's where it's going to be settled, period.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talked about Sabrina Ionescu and Stewie and all of them and the performance they gave in the finals, at the end of the day, it don't matter. Fee was the best player in the finals. She just didn't come away with the chip.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. There's nothing that I can do to persuade you one way or the other. So your opinions, I say this all the time. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
Yeah.
Everybody got one. Hey guys, I have to get off here. I gotta go pick up some family members flying in. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. Do your thing,
I love
man.
y'all. Love y'all so much. Love you,
safe,
brother.
I
Love you,
appreciate you
coach.
always, man. All right.
Yup. Love Sister Tony. See you, Tree. All right, with your giggles. You ain't giggling tonight.
All right. All right, we got Duvall, man.
All
What's
right,
up,
love you,
man?
man.
You've been waiting patient, man. What's going on?
Hey, you can hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
First and foremost, like I said, thank you for allowing me to be on your platform, KSAP.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask y'all to give me some room because what I'm about to say gonna make sense about everything. First and foremost, I agree with Brooker. If you watch Joe Budden, yes, he said some stuff about Angel Reese, but I don't think it was with bad intention. I think his message was she's trying too hard to be seen while Caitlyn Clark just stays in the background. She still makes some money. And he feel like her trying too hard to be seen is going to cost her money in the long run. But this is why I agree. This is why I disagree with Joe Budden with his statement. What Joe Budden not really breaking down to everybody and not being realistic about is Caitlyn Clark gonna make her money regardless because of a couple simple reasons. She's not the first person to shoot threes for the logo. Donna Taurasi was doing that, and her role model, Maya Moore, was doing that. She's not the first person to do it, but the reason why she get credit for it because she's a white, unassuming, middle America, girl next door type of woman that they thought was a Republican. So she fit all the boxes that those white people that normally don't want to support black people, what I'm saying, she fit their criteria. So yeah, she could wake up in the morning and make money because at the end of the day, her skin color gonna make her money. Unlike Angel Reese, who historically, when it comes to black men and black women, got to jump through hoops, got to do circus acts, who got to go above and beyond just to get a little bit of attention. Yes, she got to do extra things just for her to get noticed and to build her brand. She can't just wake up in the morning and say, I'm black and I'm gonna make money. That's not how it works when it comes to us. But with Caitlyn Clark, because of her race, because of her persona and the stereotype that she fits when it comes to what white people feels make them feel comfortable, she gonna make money regardless, as long as that she don't say nothing stupid or racist. It's online, it's on that.
I can offer you some pushback on that, and I'll simply refer back to a picture that I saw, and whoever posted it, they did it on purpose, and it was after a Chicago game, and Angel Reese was signing autographs, and there was a whole lot of little white girls and boys in that line, and Caitlyn Clark signing autographs. It was a whole lot of little black boys and girls in that line. So the point I'm making is if you can play for whatever reason, and this is what I mean when I was talking about L. Duncan, whatever the reason, Caitlyn Clark had that recipe. Because she was white in Iowa, how come when Diana Taurasi was at UConn, were there people lining up at 4 o'clock in the morning for student tickets? I don't know. When Diana Taurasi is a bad girl, I don't like her personally, but you can't deny how good she was in basketball. How come she never needed to go to a bigger venue?
I can answer that question for you.
Asia Wilson is the baddest one on the court in the W right now. Some people would argue Fee, and I would take that argument. But how come Asia Wilson never got to a situation where they had to go to a bigger venue because of the demand?
I can answer that question for you if you allow me to.
But whatever that recipe is, she had it coming out. Yes, it has something to do with the NCAA women's tournament that year, her and Angel going at it. That, to me, that was the catalyst. I didn't know who Caitlyn Clark was before then, but I watched the game and I was pulling for Angel Reese. And then you know what? Caitlyn Clark went back to the finals again. Then they got beat by an undefeated team. But ain't nobody talking about Malaysia Fowali or Hannah Hidalgo or Tessa Johnson. That's just the way, I don't know, it's like your favorite pop star or your favorite rapper. Why are they your favorite rapper? And why do some hits hit and some don't? You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you like and what you gravitate to. And I say there's a whole bunch of white folks that love them some Angel Reese. There's a whole bunch of black folks that love them some Caitlyn Clark. So it's got to be somewhere in the middle. And you got to like what you like, period.
I can answer your question for you, sir.
I'm going to speak after the fall, but it's something that you're missing, Coach.
I can answer your question for you. The answer to your question is, you said Diana Taurasi, right? The reason why people don't like Diana Taurasi like that, because one, she look boyish, and two, she is LGBT, and that's who makes some people still uncomfortable to this very day. And she played at UConn, which was a dominant program at the time, but it was so dominant it made the game boring. I remember there was a point that UConn was so dominant, people were feeling like, I remember a reporter asked Gio Oriental, was your dominance was bad for women's basketball? That was an actual question. Because
the same thing to Pat Summitt.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's the reason why Diana Taurasi wasn't like that because she came from a dominant program and she was LGBT and she looked boyish. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, came from a small program and she had the underdog title behind her. In addition to her skin color, and I'm not saying black people and white people don't like Caitlin Clark. Black people, white people like Caitlin Clark. Black people, white people like Angel Reese. Black people, white people like Asia Wilson. But we have an influx of new fans for the WNBA, which is predominantly white, because of Caitlin Clark and how
Okay,
they
so
could
what
relate
about
to her.
so then tell me what happened to Kelsey Plum. Kelsey Plum is good looking.
Let me let me tell you something.
Got married to a man.
Kelsey
She
Plum
raised
is not good
heterosexual.
looking. I hate when people say that.
But
And she
Yeah,
was.
you
man.
I
say
mean, that's
He has a
that's
man
your
face, bro.
perspective, but
No,
you,
people
you
think
said
she good looking though. People say that.
she
My
was
my chief
she
thinks
was
she good
the
looking.
she was the
you
all-time
said
leading
Kelsey.
scorer in NCAA history. How come she didn't blow the roof off that WNBA?
Okay, Kelsey Plum to I want to say to a couple months ago, people thought she was Puerto Rican. She had to tell us she was white.
Yeah, she looks
She
racially ambiguous.
yeah, she had
Nah,
to
I
tell
knew
us she
she
That
was
was
part
white.
white,
is
but I'm not
facts, because I
everybody.
thought she was Puerto Rican too.
So,
For a
Yeah,
long
I
period
knew
of
she
time,
was white.
everybody thought she was Puerto Rican. She
a
had to
lot of
tell us
people
she
think
was
she's
white
white.
and Irish. We did not know that. And so, like I said again, you could
I don't
deny
buy
it all
no
you
part.
want to.
I'm not buying that at
That's
all.
I knew that. I
No,
know
that's
Puerto
true. That's
Ricans when I
true.
see them. I knew she was white.
Well,
I
maybe
don't
I
buy
didn't
that
know, because I
because
thought
let me
she
be
had some
honest with you.
Spanish in her.
I
I
saw that
live in I
same
live in New
article.
York City. I'm around nothing but Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. I knew she wasn't Puerto Rican.
I
It's
saw
My
that
not just
same
children are
Puerto
article
Rican.
that you gave
Panamanians,
So
to.
and
why
I
didn't you tell
thought
us,
she was a
Brooklyn?
Rican.
Why didn't you tell us, Brooklyn? You should have told us she was
I
white.
didn't know you. I thought everybody knew she was
No,
white.
I knew she
Her
was white.
last name is Plum.
Nah,
I
a
knew
lot
she
of
Hey,
was
and
people
white.
if you
think
don't
a
It's
lot of
want to
not
go to
people
Kelsey
Garcia or
Plum,
think she's white.
Hernandez or
K-Stop. What about Sabrina Ionescu? She married. She
Like
married to a
what?
dude that used to play. He was an offensive tackle in the NFL.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are married that you don't think that are married, and they're
Right.
married to
But my
men.
point is
Sabrina's
if
another one
her,
that's not attractive to me either. But
right, but
but people
don't get
think
off.
she attractive.
The point I'm making is that if it's all about ball and marketability, Sabrina was balling. Caitlin
it's
Clark
not
wishes she could be what Sabrina Ionescu is until that finals performance. But I digress.
it's not about
Sabrina was that
just
first.
it's not
Listen,
about just
man.
balling. It's about relatability. Like I said again, yes,
She
the
went
next
to
look,
Oregon.
listen for a second. Anescu, yes, she is white. I'm not saying all white people are the same. All white people not built equal. Just like there's a lot of black people that was in the NBA in the 80s and 90s, but why Michael Jordan became the most popular? It's not because he could just high fly in the air, but he was bald headed, he looked cool, and he dressed,
No,
and he used to wear suits to press
that's
conferences,
incorrect.
and that made him. He used to wear
That
suits to press
Nah, I don't
conferences,
got
so
nothing
that
to do
made
with
him
it.
look
incorrect.
corporate.
You can't miss
That
That's
the
is
point, man.
incorrect. The
The
reason
quick,
why Michael
quick,
Jordan got so popular
just stick
is
to
the
your
same
guns,
reason
and you was
Caitlin
right.
Clark got popular.
No,
In
all
the
right, let me
finals,
explain.
he hit the shot for North Carolina,
Let me
and that followed
So,
him into and he was dunking on everybody, and it followed him into the NBA.
yo Mo3, you go, then I'm gonna go because I was gonna go after Duvall, but
all
you go
right, I
Mo3.
want to say
Duvall, I'm
this
gonna
thing.
help you out, buddy.
Duval was right. It's the perfect storm of all the things. Because you mentioned it everything that coaches mentioned is like one thing. Okay, this person was doing that. All those people you mentioned had only one or two, maybe three aspects of what Caitlin Clark had. She had all of that stuff. Sabrina didn't have, could have been her if she had the Angel Reese factor. Because just like you
Correct.
said, a lot of people didn't know who the hell Caitlin Clark was until that viral moment when they all started dunking on Angel Reese. Oh, the little the big bully black girl
That's
did
the
this to the
moment.
little white
Yep.
girl. Oh, that's
Yep.
not fair. Whenever you ever even the freaking the president's wife got it on it.
That's the
Oh, I
sad
think we
part,
should
though.
invite them to the White House. You know, since when we give trophies to the losers? Like, what's going on here?
Facts. That was
Is
bad look.
is the thing is that, and the LGBTQ thing is a real thing because a lot of people, a lot of fans talk about it.
That's why they don't like the WNBA.
The WNBA because they all look like boys and there's LGBT. Oh, she's they hating on Caitlin Clark because you look on YouTube, they got the hell of videos talking about some they hating on Caitlin Clark because she's a straight white girl. That's part of it too. The LGBTQ thing, the Ranger Reese thing, the actually being able to make the shots from the logo. being a baller. That's the thing, and also the racial component. You put all that into, and then the underdog aspect. You put all that into one thing, and that's the Caitlyn Clark. No, none of those other people that you mentioned had all those going for it. Yeah, they had one or two or three, but they didn't have everything. And that's what made the Caitlyn Clark thing. If you take away one or two of those things, Caitlyn Clark is not the Caitlyn Clark that we know, and her popularity is not like that. Because you got to remember,
I'm sure I could find another player, another white player that could pass, shoot threes,
that
play
didn't
defense,
have all
get
those.
assists.
It's not gonna have all those things.
So
You're not gonna be able to recreate that
so
viral
Mo
moment,
three.
though, babe.
Correct.
So Mo.
And
So
that's the key, the viral moment, the recipe.
Yeah, that
That's
was
what
the
I'm
missing
saying.
ingredient. But
It's
that's
the
not the
recipe.
only
That's
thing.
what L. Duncan said. It's the recipe that everybody related to, and that's why they gathered around. Because
but this
clearly,
but it's deeper than
Diana
that.
Taurasi was
no,
better.
that moment
But they
worked
gathered
because of
around and
also
picked
because of the
sides
racial
though based
component.
on race.
Because most of the people that was butthurt were
Right.
white people.
So Mo three. You always do this, bro. You always say like what I'm about to say, but you just you touched on a different part of it. I'm gonna keep it on the racial part of it, and I even got a video to back this up, right? So I'm not just speaking. I'm speaking like there's a video with numbers that back this up. So we all know America is made up of mainly white people, right? And
No,
you was right. Yes, that's a fact.
you might
But
want to look at the numbers.
What?
no, I don't have
Oh,
to.
they are still the majority now,
Yeah,
Coach.
I don't have to.
I don't know what
You might
numbers
want
you
to look
looking
at the
at.
numbers. You might want to look at the numbers, coach. But anyway, that's not the point.
They're the
The
overwhelming
point
majority.
the point I'm making is I do agree with you, coach, that both Angel and both Caitlyn both have white and black fans. Because you got some people who don't give a fuck about race, right? They just there for the game. But we all know it's a certain part of America, or certain people, I should say, in America, that still race is a big deal for them. They don't want to see certain people in their neighborhood, yada yada yada. We know that exists. So what I'm saying is, it was the part of not because the basketball made Caitlyn Clark start to become famous. But what made her blow up and become a superstar was what this little white girl was doing to these black girls, right? Because she beat an undefeated team, right? After she beats that undefeated team, the numbers on ESPN skyrocket because nobody thought she could do it. And then when she did it in the fashion she did it, all of a sudden she started to get way more popular, right? And then you have the championship game that happened after that. And then when the championship game happened, everybody was expecting a storybook ending of her to beat that team. LSU was another predominantly black team. People was expecting her to beat that team, and it was like that would have been talked about in people offices or whatever. Oh, you seen Caitlyn Clark shooting, blah, blah, blah. But that didn't happen. We all know what happened. And when Angel Reese did what she did, she basically smacked a bunch of America in the face. And that's why they hate her so much, because they don't look at it like she just did it. Because even one of her biggest fans, the Dave Patnoy guy, whatever the owner of
Dave Portnoy.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, now that's too much. You went too far, right? Like that's how they feel. They upset because you showboated in this white girl's face. And not only did you showboat in this white girl's face, she the truth. You don't treat her like that. She's special. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and it's a video. It's a video showing the numbers. Like, I'm not even saying this like how I feel, right? It's a video showing the numbers skyrocketing after she beat South Carolina going into the game against LSU. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of it too. So I do agree with you that they both is a group of people out there who love Angel and don't give a fuck about her race, white and black. And vice versa with Caitlyn Clark, right? You wanted them. You don't hate Angel because you like Caitlyn, right? You're a Caitlyn Clark fan. But there's a whole other group of Americans out here, and I say Americans, it's probably worldwide too. But we know America is just is wildly racist for no reason. Like, I live here and I don't understand. It's like we gotta let the racism go, right? But America is wildly racist for whatever reason. We know the reason, the history, yada yada yada. But that all goes into play with both of them because there's a lot of people that's just hate that they just mad at Angel now because of the wave in your face thing, and she's just gonna carry that for a whole career. And then also, if you look at her game, I understand people who will look at Angel's game, especially if you've never seen her do nothing great before. If you've never seen her when she was at her prime and she was like, doing amazing things. If you've seen her struggling, because she struggled a lot this year, right, on the offensive thing. If all you've seen was her struggle, that's really gonna make you mad because you're gonna be like, why is another thing? Because I deal with this personally. Whenever you got somebody who has supreme confidence in themselves, you get people that just hate them for no reason, right? Who you
Yeah, that's
you hear the
true.
you hear the who you think I hear this all the time about myself. Who you think you are? Because I'm confident in myself, right? That's what people feel. So it's like Angel working around with the unapologetic attitude, right? You said it. You said yourself in the last podcast that people only going to get clips and go off that. People not going to watch the whole thing. So, and again, that goes back to what I was saying about the Joe Budden thing because I was agreeing with y'all that he said something wrong. But what I'm saying is he's not going off of I hate black women or I hate Angel. He's going off of I seen this clip of her hair, I seen this, and then he has a terrible take. You get what I'm saying? So Angel
Absolutely.
has a lot of that going on with her too. People just watching clips of her and they either hate her or they have terrible takes.
Yeah.
And you know what, Brooklyn? Just to cut in real quick, I think the problem with probably black women or where Sister Tony was coming from. I think the problem with that whole conversation is that we expect more. We expect you to do your homework. We expect you to do your homework on this black woman that's doing amazing things. We expected that of Joe Budden. We didn't get it, and that kind of angered people.
That triggered a lot of
I
women.
don't think he
No,
was.
but Lakeisha, I respect that and understand that. I feel the same way y'all do. Joe,
Mhm.
imagine me. Y'all not even fans of the nigga. I'm a fan of this nigga. Think about
Right.
how pissed off. Think about how pissed off I am when he say the dumb shit. This ain't the only thing he says some dumb shit on. Like I
Right.
said, he
Yeah.
got a whole Jordan LeBron thing that pisses me off every time he say that. So it's like I understand. What I was saying is I know y'all don't watch him. It's again, y'all almost doing the same thing I'm accusing him of, right? It's like you
Right.
see a clip and you go off it and you don't know. So I'm trying to tell you, I actually watch his it's like 2-3 hours long. I watched them because I'm a fan of him. I'm telling you, he don't hate Angel. He just had a
No.
bad take. So
No.
I
And
get
what
what
I'm
you're saying.
telling you
No,
is,
no,
I don't.
Lakeisha, I'm saying I get that. I get what you're saying about he should have did his homework. I agree with you. I agree with everything. Only thing I disagree with is I don't think that he hates Angel or black women. Because I
Oh
know Joe
no,
Budden. I'm
no,
pretty sure he don't,
no.
right?
I'm
But
pretty
I
sure you
do
don't.
agree that the take was terrible. I do agree he should have kept his mouth closed. I agree with all of that. I don't agree only, but listen, I do music too. We ain't throwing of course everything. He's a social media guy, so of course you want everything to go viral, whatever you want to make money. But he ain't
Right.
just
Right.
mentioned Angel name for clout. He didn't do that.
What exactly
He
did he
don't
say?
have time to do that.
But Brooklyn, you're also assuming that I just watched the clip. I didn't actually just watch the clip. I actually watched the whole podcast. Let me tell you something. I don't watch him every week like I probably watch y'all. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna tell you this. My mama is a 71-year-old black woman, and she's not really a social media person. So she clicks on things all the time and she says, "Oh my God, they talking about that young lady again." And I always say, "Mama, before you call me," because she love Angel Reese. She ain't never liked basketball until Angel Reese. I say,
And
"Before
that's
you call
making the
me,
point
listen,
we made about her.
listen to." I say, "Mama, listen to the whole podcast and then call me back." She's called me back. I listened to the whole podcast. I don't understand why he fell into that same narrative. I'm just
Lakeisha,
disappointed.
what did he say? I haven't heard it. So
Exactly.
I'd
He
like to
didn't say nothing too crazy. All he said, I think it was the tone he used that people don't like
I think it's
because he
just
was like,
I think
he
it was
basically,
just
because
falling into the
I just watched
narrative.
part of it. I just watched part of it while we was on a thing. He was basically, because the co-host that actually likes Angel Reese, his name is Ice. He brought it up like Mo3 said. He said, "Yo, have you seen Angel Reese again?" And they was talking about Angel Reese on a Wild 'N Out thing again because half her ass was out. That's what they was talking about.
No, I don't think that's the part that got people upset. What really got, well, at least from my mama's perspective, because I watched the whole thing after I talked to her. He was saying basically she's doing too much. She don't
Right,
need to be doing all these different
right.
things. She need to take a page out of the Caitlyn Clark
Caitlyn Clark book, right.
book and all
Yeah.
that. And my mama
So
was like, "Why can't she be Angel?"
right. And
I
that's
agree
what
with that.
and your mom was absolutely right. Again, what I was saying was he was wrong about what he said. He wasn't saying it. And again, that's why I wanted to highlight. Again, I think this keep getting missing what I was saying. I wanted to highlight what Tony was saying because I think it's important because I've seen these guys on YouTube. That's why I said we need to separate Joe Buttons from what he was saying from these particular guys because there's a real thing where you have these men on YouTube, TikTok, and they be bashing Angel. They really be going at her. I don't think that's what Joe was doing. Again, I think Duval kind of hit it on the head. He was kind of trying to give advice. I disagree with his advice, but he was more or less trying to come from that standpoint. But his tone was, that's why I started from the beginning, Lakeisha. His tone was she need to sit down, right? Because Ice asked, "Hey, did you see her on the Wildin' Out thing?" And he was like, "I don't know if I seen her on the Wildin' Out thing, but I seen her Wildin' Out. She need to sit down. She doing too much." So I think his tone kind of came off like he was hating on her, right? And that's what a lot of people was upset about. But again, I think when I listen to Joe Buns, because like you said, I watched the whole thing. This is just another case of him. He shouldn't be talking about. Case in point, did you see him talking about the Cardi B? I don't know if you seen the podcast where he talked about Cardi B and Offset, Lakeisha,
About her
the situation.
The one that
the
he had to
situation with
apologize
the
back to her.
yeah,
I
I
could,
actually saw that.
yeah.
The one
So if
where he was
you
talking about her situation when she was pregnant. That
right there, you go.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
watch that clip, that's amazing how they broke that down. You get what I'm saying? But that's because that's what he's into. He's informed about that. He don't watch the WNBA. So him having and again, he's not the Cameron had to take when coach, we talked about it the other day when Angel was talking about how much he get paid and how much my rent is. Cameron bashed her for that. So it's not just Joe, is what I'm saying. It's a bunch of these guys who don't watch the WNBA. They seeing the clip of her going all wild now with half her ass out. They seeing her talk about on social media, "Oh, I don't know how much I'm getting paid," and that's all they hear. That's not what she said though. She didn't say, "I don't know how much I'm getting paid." They don't even know her. She was talking to her agent, not her friend. Her agent was right next to her, right? But
Now
they don't know that because it's a whole live. They saw a clip. And that's
you're
the point
right,
I was
but that's
making.
the
If you just go off another clip, right? Because we just talking about clips on clips on clips. You go off another clip, you could make the wrong assessment. Oh, they hate black women, and I was saying that that's not the case. These are just men that's not informed.
But
So and that's
you
why I
missing the
said
whole
that's.
point,
But hold on,
Brooklyn.
that's why I said I'm gonna shut up so you can go, Tony. That's why I said I agree, and that's the whole point. KSAP in the beginning when I was like, I don't even know if I should talk because I agree with you guys. I don't want to go against what you're saying. I just don't think it's that. I don't think it's hate. I just think it's
Okay.
guys being misinformed.
that is the era that we are in. We are in the social media era. And if you go, and I say this all the time, if you're gonna bleed in the game ain't fair. Period.
Right. True.
So if you're gonna operate in this space like Angel Reese is doing, that's 22 years old, that grew up with a cell phone and all of that kind of stuff. I was born in 1970. I grew up with freeze tag and hose water. So I know what it is to not have this stuff. So for me at my age, I can turn it off. They can't. But you have to understand the environment that you are in, because most of the people in this environment, keyboard warriors, they can operate with impunity. Nobody's going to call them on the carpet. When I played football, if somebody wrote a bad article about you, that same beat reporter had to see you in the locker room face to face. So at least there was some type of accountability and responsibility that came with it. Now there is none. And these young kids growing up and coming out, they understand that. So when they go out there in that environment, they got to understand what they bringing back. And you ain't always going to like it. And you cannot control it.
I agree with that.
I got you.
That's why when it comes to Caitlyn Clark, In my opinion, that's why she has a different standard of how people treat her than they treat Angel Reese and everybody else. Just like for instance, like the Clay Travis, the Jason Whitlock, the Outkick, and the right wing, what I'm saying, YouTube channels. They all invested in Caitlyn Clark because she fit their what you call white values. And so at the end of the day, it's like she can't do no wrong in their eyes because at the end of the day, she represents what they believe in. And that's why, like, even like when she liked that picture with Taylor Swift, and they thought she was a Democrat, the white people lost their mind
They did.
because they thought she went against their values because they have her with a certain expectation that they don't have with nobody else. And so
Facts.
that's the main thing I was saying between Caitlyn Clark and everybody else when it comes to how she get treated. It's not saying there's not other white
Right.
WNBA players that came before her or even playing now. But she is the perfect person that fit the perfect box of what those white wing people want to push out and represent for their children and to throw in black people's face to make them humble.
They attached her to their movement.
Correct.
Right.
If it
But
don't
here's
fit
the
their narrative, they're not going to talk about it.
right. But here's the thing about Caitlin Clark though. She got to decide who she wants to be, right? Because if you take a look, even and Duvall just made me think about this, bringing it up. If you take a look at Taylor Swift popularity in music, Taylor Swift one of the biggest stars of music, right? And she don't have to worry about what she tweets or what she likes, right? Caitlin Clark is in a position right now where she's either going to be her own person or she going to be controlled because you see she got away from that like thing, right? She liked the thing she liked or whatever, and then she muted up. And if I'm Caitlin Clark, I don't want to be that person where I can't even express myself now because I might lose endorsement deals about a tweet I like or something. I can't even say my opinion now, and so
Nah, in my
she's gonna
opinion, I think she did that to avoid the political conversation.
no, but I understand it, but that's making my point, right? Because Taylor Swift don't give a fuck about it, and she's still herself, still one of the biggest stars in
And
music,
still
right?
popular.
Still popular. But with Caitlyn, she's in a position where she can't do certain things or say certain things, or she gonna lose half her fan base.
Because the difference is Taylor Swift built her fan base around something other than that. So when that came into play, her fan base didn't care because that's not why they were her fans. The thing with the Caitlyn Clark fans is that is the reason why they are her fans. Not all of them, but those particular people we're
Those
talking
ones
about.
that
Yeah,
attach themselves to
that
her.
is the reason. So if you take that component away, obviously they're not going to be her fans anymore because the you took away the reason for them being her fan. So that's why
Same
Right.
thing just happened
it's
with
different than Taylor Swift.
Bosa
So
for the
Caitlin
49ers.
Clark is kind of stuck. She can't really pivot. If she tries to pivot like she tried to pivot with the get away from all the racial stuff by going the Democratic route and the all inclusive route, and that didn't work. So
Right.
she had to step back and was like, hold up, nah. What I was saying was everybody should. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
And,
just
Yeah,
picking one
everybody should
side.
vote.
I wasn't picking one side or nothing. I was just saying like everybody should go vote. You know
and
what I'm saying?
the
She
outrage
could have
was
stand on
swift.
business.
You know who else did that? Michael Jordan.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up, Coach. If you don't mind, I wanted to touch on that too. That's where I disagree with Duvall about the suits and things. You got to realize, and Coach, he just pretty much hit the nail on the head. The reason why Jordan was so popular is because Jordan never attached himself to anything, any movement in the black community, right? He stayed neutral on everything because he was selling sneakers, right? And he wanted everybody to buy his sneakers. So now
Yeah,
Jordan is not looked at as like a black, even though he's black.
yeah,
He
but I
black than
think
everybody on his panel. He's not looked at as like a black superstar. He just looked at
the
as like a
thing with Jordan,
superstar.
though, the reason why,
But
in my
Brooklyn, my
opinion, the
main
reason why Jordan was different is because Jordan happened when ESPN happened, and Jordan made ESPN because back in the day, ESPN Sports Center came on in the morning, and you would see the highlights. That's where all of that came from. All of that came from ESPN, the morning highlights before you went to class or before you went to school. And most of those highlights were dunks. So when Jordan came out, he was winning the dunk contest. He sold the shoes. He had the branding thing went through the roof, and Jordan pretty much solidified ESPN started in 82 or no, 78. And Jordan came in the league and when 84?
Yeah, 84.
Right. So
ESPN started in 79, actually.
When Jordan happened, that's when ESPN came into prominence and everybody started watching him. He was the only star.
But also you gotta
you
gotta remember. Right, but you gotta remember he never attached himself to nothing either. So
that was later
anybody who wants to his whole career, he never attached himself to no movement, is what I'm saying. So I'm saying
I
is
agree with you, but what I'm saying is nobody worried about that till he was good and grown in his career. He had won championships before people were worried about stuff like that.
Let me add this, please, real quick. What I'm basically trying to say is Michael Jordan made himself corporate, which made white people comfortable just as well as black people comfortable. That's the
he
main thing I
basically
was
made
saying.
himself into a brand.
Yeah, that's why he said Republican buy sneakers too. He wasn't going to take a stand.
Exactly.
And so that's what Caitlyn Clark is today. She is a person. She want to make everybody comfortable. She want to make herself corporate. That's why everything she says sounds so PR. It sounds so calculated. It's not like it's authentic. Like Angel gonna say what the hell she gonna say. However it gonna come out, it gonna come out. She's speaking from the heart. Caitlyn is very crafty. Everything that she say is very calculated. It's very put together, microwave. Because at the end of the day, she don't want to fear nobody because her brand is too important, especially to the people that she feel like is attached to her for reasons other than basketball.
Absolutely. One thing I want to say about Jordan, though, because even though he doesn't attach himself to no movement, I think a lot of times people don't know what happens behind the scenes. He do give a lot of money to a lot of different causes, and he don't get credit for that. So I just wanted to
he does,
highlight that
Brooklyn.
about
He
Jordan.
does a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
And did y'all see what happened with Joey Bosa with the 49ers?
Yeah,
jumped in that interview.
Brock Purdy was giving his interview and he came
jumped
through
in there
with
with
the
MAGA hat. Yeah.
And then when they asked him about it, he want to run.
Did you see the fallout with that? Guess whose merch is number one on the NFL now?
Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa.
Yep.
What? Yeah, you making our point, Coach.
I know.
Exactly.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
That's crazy. Now look. With all that said, man, we're about to wrap it up. I got one question for everybody. Chicago Skies, Christy Sides or Stephanie White, and then we got to get up out of here.
I would actually go Christy Sides. Or no, Tramel, the girl from Dallas.
What?
I don't know about that, Coach, man.
I'm gonna go first.
I would go Christy Sides.
I'm gonna go second. Honestly, I don't care because none of them impressed me more than Teaspoon. I'm one of those people. I'm heartbroken, so I'm gonna just ride with whoever they go get. Whoever y'all want, I'm cool with.
Nah, I'm not riding with just anybody. I can't do
No,
that,
I'm talking about between the names you mentioned.
No, that's what I'm saying. For me personally, that's what it boils down to. Stephanie White or Christy Sides.
Right.
And
I'm saying I'd rather Teaspoon over both of them.
I know, but she's not walking in that building.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
That
that's why I said either or. I'm heartbroken. So either
we all heartbroken. We talk how many times we didn't talked about it, but when it comes down to these two that's just my opinion, because I don't think Kurt Miller moves the needle. We seen how he treated Kennedy Carter. Didn't even give Kennedy Carter a chance, got her up out of there. And when you're looking at
that, I didn't know what happened with that.
Yeah, they didn't already had to run in. You know what I'm saying? Never gave her an opportunity, just cut her.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So how's that going to work out if that'll tell me a lot about Jeff P. How you pronounce his last name, Marcus?
Pagliacci.
Okay, I'll let Marcus say it for me because I botch it.
It's Paglioka.
I call him Pakalaka. But
y'all be messing me up when y'all be saying
I just can't pronounce it. Shit, that's just one of the names like Antetokounmpo. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have trouble pronouncing that. But
I think Stephanie White will end up in Indiana. Because I didn't realize how deep the Indiana ties she has.
Nah, but she's on the border. She's on the borderline of Indiana, Illinois, though.
Yeah, well, I know she, and I'm talking about our history. I'm talking about she was
And
on
she
the
was born in
staff
Indiana.
when they won the championship.
Yeah. But she
Yeah.
also was on Chicago's coaching staff.
Yeah, but she played for Indiana.
But I'm just saying, I mean, I understand that, but the reason why Connecticut let her go is because it was a mutual. It was mutual. It was a family thing.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at the two coaches, I would go with Sides first. I mean, not Sides first, but Stephanie White first. But if that don't happen, I would love to have Christy Sides, because it's going to be a coaching carousel. Out of all the coaches that lost their job, I just think that Stephanie White would be a great fit for Chicago because of what she brings to the table, that defensive mentality.
She's the best coach available right now. But
Exactly.
My question is this: who?
Stephanie White she's somebody that called on Caitlyn Clark games in the Big Ten, so she have a deep ties to Caitlyn Clark personally.
But can she change Caitlyn Clark around defensively if that's going to be her mindset, and you want to hold her accountable?
Her feet?
Exactly. And are people going to slander her the way they slander Christy Sides?
Probably.
I think she got more credibility than Christy Sides did.
But the thing about it is, if she goes to Indiana, man, we're going to hear the same stuff that they said about Christy Sides. If y'all lose, they're going to blame Stephanie White. So it's not a good. It's a hard position to fill out there in Indiana, man.
I told you that the other day. You know what I'm saying? Caitlyn Clark fan base gonna make it toxic for any coach. Like I said, she would never get the blame. Like I said, if they win, Caitlyn Clark gonna get the credit. When they lose, the coach and the teammates gonna get the blame. That's always gonna be the case. So, but in my choice when it comes to my choice when it comes to those two coaches is
we watch the game and we know if you put up a bad performance and can't hit a mirror in the bathroom.
Oh, we're gonna talk about you.
We're gonna talk about you.
Ain't nobody off limits.
I mean, if you get anybody who get that job, they know it's gonna come with some criticism. But at the end of the day, that's still a good roster. Like
but Brooklyn, is that criticism warranted though?
That's what I'm saying. I think at the end, if it was just Caitlyn and that team was trash, then I would say no. But I think the fact that you got 3 All-Stars, potentially a 4th, they probably gonna trade Nalissa and get pieces for her, whatever they're gonna do with her. But that's a good roster. That's a roster. If I'm not me personally, because I'd rather coach Angel team, me personally. But I'm saying if most people they'll want to coach that roster, because that's a roster you could try to curate in a couple years into a championship team.
Do you realize that roster has 2 of the top all-time leading scorers in NCAA women's history, with Caitlyn Clark and Kelsey Mitchell?
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this, Coach Marcus. I was asking this to Lakeisha earlier, right? Now, do you think the reason why Christy Sides got let go is because of the expectations that they did have Caitlyn Clark?
No. In my opinion, no.
So what do you think the reason?
Because I watched Indiana all year, and there were, in my opinion, Indiana should have had at least 4 to 5 more wins this year. She got outclassed a few times during the year.
So now, out of all the coaches out there, who's going to come in and outclass the other coaches?
Like I just said, Stephanie White is the best option because I think she's the best coach available.
But if y'all don't get Stephanie White, then who comes in there and moves the needle?
Let me say it like this: if all things being equal, if they played the same schedule, if everything was the same, and you take Christy Sides out and put Stephanie White in, I think they win 5 more games.
Knowing what you know now, though, right?
Correct. So what I think is, and I'm seeing this,
but does that change the play of Caitlyn Clark though?
That depends on the coach.
But see, I think the problem is Christy Sides held Caitlyn Clark accountable, and her fan base didn't like that. So
she tried to.
But
I disagree with that.
But hold on.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Christy Sides is like, what are you doing with your substitutions? That makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, watch this. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. They started off 1-8, right? So when they went on the 4-game win streak, how did they go on that 4-game win streak? Was Caitlyn Clark incorporated into the offense the way that her fans would like to see her incorporated? No, she wasn't. She was off the ball. It led through Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston.
Right.
And they went on a 4-game win streak.
But the key is Kelsey Mitchell was coming off an injury. Kelsey Mitchell didn't play that much the first half.
But I'm just saying, but when they went on the 4-game win streak, this is what I'm talking about, the 4-game win streak. Let's stay in the moment here. The 4-game win streak, everything went through Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. That's when Kelsey Mitchell started going on his scoring spree.
Right.
And everybody started getting mad because Caitlyn Clark was not implemented in the offense, and they were saying Christy Sides is freezing her out. All she got her out there standing out there, but y'all was winning.
Yep.
And people did not like the fact that they was winning because Caitlyn was not an intricate part of that offense at that time. And if you notice, she was struggling. She did not start picking her game up until the second half of the season.
Correct, but let's not forget that was the 11 games in 20 days.
I'm not going with these excuses, man. I
Yeah,
don't like that.
is.
Stop
We're
that,
gonna move
Marcus.
on from that.
Stop, Coach Marcus.
Yeah,
Stop.
That was after that. The 11 games was the first 11 games of the season. What he's talking about is after that.
Right.
So that
after
11
in my
game
opinion,
that 11 game
after
part is
that is
irrelevant.
when, to your point, K-Sap, Kelsey Mitchell caught up and they started working better together. But there were some games I'm looking at Christy Sides and it's like, what are you doing?
Coach, you got
I think what we saying is the style was changed.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach.
To go
Hey, Coach.
to Kelsey Mitchell. Gave her
I
the
mean,
green
at the
light.
end of the day, everybody's trying to get right because they about to come into this money and they about to get this visibility. So everybody trying to put on their best suit to come out and show out because the whole league, as far as the visibility, is about to change.
Hey, Coach, you got these same excuses in football? Because ain't no excuses in football.
Oh,
He got a lot of excuses for his Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm fucking with
I disagree with you when it comes to Christy Sides.
Duvall, why are you going to disagree, man? Let me hear your disagreement, man.
I think Christy Sides is a good coach. I think she's somebody that runs.
Oh, no,
plays.
she's a hell of a coach to me.
When you see her play, she runs a lot of motions, a lot of sets, something that Teresa Weatherspoon didn't do. And so at the end of the day, the reason why she lost her job because she didn't have the respect of Caitlyn Clark. You've seen it during the games. You see how Caitlyn Clark used to roll her eyes at her and yell at her and stuff like that. She did not have her respect. So y'all can say all you want about the substitutions and everything else, but she did not have Caitlyn Clark respect. And Caitlyn Clark is the reason why she got her out of there. That is the truth.
That wasn't just Caitlyn Clark.
I mean, it might be a little Baltimore had something too.
Erica Wheeler was a walk-in turnover. So why do you have?
Hold on, we're not going to talk about turnover.
That was early in the season, Coach Marcus.
We're not talking about turnover. It's only one player
I
in the
don't know how
league.
you want to talk about turnovers and not talk about Caitlyn Clark.
There's only one
they
player in
go
the
one
league
and
whose
one.
nickname is turnover. Like,
Yeah, you got me there. You got a point there.
Yeah.
Don't go down that road.
But Coach, you got to go back to when this is when the problem started. The problem started when they went on the 4-game win streak. That's when all the slander started coming out because they said, oh, Erica Wheeler's in the game. Oh, she dominating the ball. She won't pass to Caitlyn Clark. Then there's videos coming out. You know, Jason Whitlock spearheaded this. Oh, they should trade Kelsey Mitchell. They should do all this because, you know, they not letting Caitlyn Clark cook. You got to let her cook. Shannon Sharp had honey on his chest, twerking it up. Let her cook. Let her cook. And, you know, that's the stuff that we had to hear, right? So when Duvall said, and I feel the same way when I did that video, if everybody wants to have that narrative about every coach getting fired and it has something to do with their superstar, just like when we talked about Teresa Weatherspoon getting, let go, everybody wanted to come up in the comment section. Oh, they got red because of Angel Reese. So when I made a video talking about Christy Sides getting let go, Caitlyn Clark got her fired. Oh, everybody, you hating on Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn Clark had nothing to do with it. Why all of a sudden Caitlyn Clark didn't have nothing to do with it, but when Teresa Weatherspoon got let go,
to do with it, K-Sap.
That's what I'm saying. That's the stuff that just be mind-boggling, man.
That's the business of it. I don't disagree with that.
Look at Caitlyn
because
Clark.
And let's keep it a buck. They know where the bread is buttered, and they know who bringing in the money.
Caitlyn Clark is a coach killer. That's just the bottom line. Because the expectations that people have from Caitlyn Clark, any coach that comes in that situation, and you don't live up to the expectations, and because you got Caitlyn Clark and you don't get over the hump, shit, you might be out the next year.
Caitlyn is going to be treated the same way we treat LeBron.
Here's the thing, though. if whoever they get next year, so let's just assume it's Stephanie White. So now the mandate is you got to at least put together a better record getting to the playoffs.
But goddamn, Christy Sides was 20-20. She 500.
You know why I love this show, K-Sap?
What's that?
Because we could bring things full circle from shows we talked about months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I think it was Lakeisha talking. She just said something super important. She just said that Caitlyn Clark is going to get the same treatment
as
coaching
LeBron.
is going to get the same LeBron, right? And I don't know if you remember K-Sap, but a long time ago, we was having a show talking about who was better between Jordan and LeBron, and you never let me finish. You cut me off, so I want to.
I don't talk about that on my channel. I don't talk about.
Hold on. I want to bring it all home. Hold on. Let me bring it.
You can go. Hey, go to Coach Marcus on his channel. He'll talk about it. I don't even talk about that. I don't even get off into that.
Hold on, listen, let me explain why Jordan is the best player ever.
We don't. I don't want that because it's gonna be a debate. I don't want that.
No, I'm not debating.
I don't want you to even. I don't know. You can talk about Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese. You can't talk about LeBron and Mike. Don't do it. I can't let you do it, man.
I'm not gonna do it.
And the reason why I say that, Brooklyn, out of respect, I don't get off into all that, man. Because like Coach Marcus said, he says something important. He says it all the time. You can't change your opinion on the opinion you have about certain players. Right. So whatever you think about Michael Jordan, I can't change your opinion because I like LeBron James.
So can I just say one fact, though?
What's the fact?
Jordan never got a coach fired.
What you mean?
Yeah, he got Doug Collins.
Doug Collins?
No. Doug Collins got Doug. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Doug Collins got Doug.
And I'm a Jordan fan. I love Jordan.
All right, that's stop. See, y'all going too far. We're going too far with
That's
it.
why
Just
I stopped. That's why I stopped. I could have debunked that real quick, but I stopped.
We stopped, man.
I stopped. I didn't even get to finish what I was saying because he wanted to have a debate. But I don't
like doing that, man. I don't like doing that, man. Mike, I'm just going to set the record straight.
That's absolutely false. He didn't get Doug Collins fired. That's false.
And I don't think LeBron got all his coaches fired. So we're gonna stop right there. So why you laughing?
He got
Lakeisha?
a lot of them fired though.
But see, this is what I'm saying. See, y'all using that narrative, right? So when I was talking about Caitlyn Clark, nobody should be mad at me then. If they holding Caitlyn Clark, that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about you. If they holding Caitlyn Clark to them standards, and that coach gets let go, why come Caitlyn Clark can't be a coach killer?
I'm gonna tell you the only person that could. I'm gonna tell you the only person that could coach Caitlyn Clark and don't get blamed for if things come up short. She would have to get somebody like a Don Stanley, somebody like a Jill Orium, somebody that's got a name that's just as big as hers, where they will respect that coach's resume and they will put the blame on her.
Gino.
Yeah,
they
but who's that
like
person
Gino.
in the WNBA? Because they not coming to the WNBA.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's that person in the WNBA or NBA side?
With all this,
that's my point. That's my point. There's not nobody out there like that. So
why can't they go
always be
overseas
blamed.
and get somebody overseas?
No, them overseas coaches ain't working. They stay
not working
overseas. Nah, just the
but
ball
don't forget-
players, but not the coaches.
Don't forget when they
You see
when
what
they
David
redo
happened to
this
David Black.
CBA
Go
deal,
ahead.
when they got all of this new media rights money, that is going to be a little extra cash that they can recruit bigger name coaches. Because I hear everybody say Mark Jackson want to come in. Mark Jackson don't want to take that pay cut.
Nah. But listen,
Who you heard? Hey, Mark Jackson ain't coming to no WNBA.
This is what I'm gonna say, because Duvall brought it up about Gino Orientum. Gino Orientum would not take that job, and the only reason why he won't take that job, because he take that job, a lot of these Caitlyn Clark fans gonna think that Gino's coming in to sabotage Caitlyn Clark, because he will put Caitlyn Clark in her place.
Gino has too much to lose.
He not taking that job because he got job security. You got to realize that's another thing these college coaches have. They have job security, the top ones. So why would I come to the WNBA and I could be fired in 2 or 3 years? How long he been at UConn?
This is the stuff we deal with. John Whitman, you've been crickets all night, never wanted to hit the link, in here talking reckless. He gonna talk about how we know it wasn't Lexi Hall that got Sides fired. See, that's the stuff. See how they do the great deflectors, man.
They only here to cause confusion.
That's
Oh my God.
he been trolling all night.
Let's play that game. Even if it's Lexi Hall that got a foul, right? And that's Caitlyn Clark, best friend on the team.
There you
So
go.
that's still
Duvall.
Caitlyn Clark.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I forgot to
Regardless
hit
of what we
Lakeisha.
think, I know next year I'll be watching.
I forgot to hit.
It's gonna be
I'm
on
gonna
fire
watch it on
next year.
Rival. That's what I'm waiting for.
WNBA gonna have a live off season because we trying to figure out where all these coaches going. I'm really interested in.
They need to hurry up, man.
What's gonna happen with that? What's her name? Nakasi for Golden State.
Golden State.
I want to see her. See what she gonna do.
But you know what's funny though, Coach?
What's that?
With out of all these there's 7 head coaching vacancies, right? And we trying to find names outside of them 7 coaches.
It's gonna be the same coaches.
That it's a coaching carousel. Yep.
It's gonna be the same coaches.
Yep.
Hey, Lakeisha, I forgot to hit you earlier with the don't agree with me.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
You bring me to your side.
Appreciate you, Paper Sack Brown, for the $5 super chat. Salute. K-Sap Side said 3 games in. Caitlyn Clark needed a floater in mid-range. Also, AR brought a lot of female eyes to the W. Appreciate that comment.
That is true. Like women, because I would just equate it to, I'm telling you, my 71-year-old mother don't even too much. The only thing she watches LSU football.
Yeah.
And she don't like sports that much, but Angel brought her to like watching it every time it come on. That has never been my mama.
Yeah.
Ever.
Hey, the interest is there. And I saw a lot of content talking about the WNBA opted out of the CBA deal. They're trying to be greedy. And I'm like, everybody knew this was coming. Everybody knew after the media rights deal, they were not going to wait until 2027 to redo the CBA. Yeah. The owners know it. The players
would be crazy.
Coach, you know what that sound like to me? A bunch of people who ain't been watching, that done heard some shit and got a take.
Yeah.
I hate people like that.
Correct. The one thing that I can find myself into being, and I'll say this again, I am a rookie fan. This is the first year I watched the WNBA in the past, specifically for Kelsey Mitchell, because that was personal. But I did not watch.
Why was it personal?
That's he was friends with a pops.
Kelsey Mitchell's father was my frat brother.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
he
right.
the one got me into college, pledged, all that kind of stuff, man. But I watched her play. I did not watch the league.
Yeah, same here.
Until 2022, LSU, Iowa. To me, that's what started it, because that was the first time that whole year, not just that game, but that whole year, I watched only women's basketball, not men's. It's the first year I've ever done that, and I enjoyed it, and I just kept it on.
You did it a year before me.
Speaking of that, do you know
They say the ratings for the
WNBA
males is going down now.
WNBA rating is better than the men.
Basketball, not the women.
Man, them men could care less, man. Them million, man, they could, man.
That money's in the bank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, I don't get off into that rating stuff, like view, like people make an emphasis on that stuff, right? Like Coach Marcus said, that WNBA money's in the bank.
But you also gotta
Go ahead.
You also got to understand when it comes to NBA, a lot of people don't start watching NBA until after football season is over.
Exactly. There's too much going on right now.
So after Christmas, and then even then, a lot of people don't really care about the NBA until the playoffs. So it's like the ratings is gonna be low right now.
I don't watch until whoever's at the playoffs. I don't even care until whoever's at the playoffs. That's when I watch.
Yep. And then me and my cousin was joking the other day because all these people who watched the first week of the NBA with all these takes is making me laugh, because if you know the NBA, none of this shit matters, because once you get the Christmas break and once you get the All-Star weekend, that's when you're going to really see who won it. So all these players playing, Anthony Davis is having this game and all these players is playing well. All right. We're gonna see what you look like in March, nigga.
Yeah, I watch all the games.
I'll watch it. I'm agreeing with you. I'll watch it. I'm just saying I don't put stock into you having a good game right now. What that's gonna mean in June? It means nothing. Like, forgot it.
But this is how I operate with
I'm in the Philadelphia area. Joel Embiid might not play into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he not playing back to back. He said.
Yeah, but this is the thing about me. When I like, when I was watching Mike back in the days, when I could catch him on WGN, right? I would have to sit there and watch the whole game. I'm watching the whole game and all the commercials. I'd be locked in, right? That's how I did with Allen Iverson. When Allen Iverson came in the league, I was locked in because I know
Must-see
Allen
TV.
Iverson personally. You know what I'm saying? So I watched every game. I had the the time of my life when I went to the championship game, the first game out in LA when they played against the Lakers in 2001 when they went in overtime and Allen Iverson stepped
That's the
over
Tyronn Lue
Tyronn
game
Lue.
where he stepped over him?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one of my partners I was in the military with, man, he was dating Allen Iverson's sister Brandy. So we got a chance to meet Bubba Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Went to a couple of his games, football games and things like that. So, I had the time of my life. But my favorite, basketball players of all time in this order is Michael
Tracy
Jordan.
McGrady.
Nah, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, LeBron James. That's my favorite three.
That'll work, man. You
what
know
I'm
what
saying?
people don't realize in this era? They don't understand how bad it was when Mike first came out.
Yeah.
Like, or when Magic and Bird happened. They don't realize, like, they don't understand what tape delay is. And
Oh, yeah.
like,
Shit, I thank God I don't understand that.
they don't
That
they
tape
don't
delay,
understand
man,
what that means, and they don't understand how bad it actually was.
Yeah.
Compared to what you got now.
You got
Thank
everything. Like the crazy thing about it is my son be on Reels. It's an app called Reels. So like we in fantasy football, right? So like I'm watching my Vikings game and say Jefferson scores, but my son he'll spoil it for me. Or Jefferson just scored a 40-yard touchdown. And then like 2 minutes later, that's when the play actually happens. I was like,
The internet feed is faster than the television.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even on Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report does that the same way.
Yep.
The shit gets updated before the play even happens.
Oh, I felt so bad when your boy tore his knee right before halftime.
Oh man, yeah, man. But we picked up that guy from what was it, from Jacksonville or something? Or we picked up an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that Commanders game?
Yeah, that
yes.
I called
that Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Matt Eberflus should be fired.
Yeah.
My God.
Now the dude the number 29 that was taunting the crowd, he should have been cut.
He should have been cut. And Eberflus should have been fired. Eberflus should have been fired when he tried to hand the ball off to the offensive tackle on the goal line.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, the
Coach.
ball never got to him.
Coach and K-Sap, I want to ask y'all a question. Anybody else that's in the football in here? I asked my boy this because he a Packers fan, but I'm just curious. Just Green Bay, who had the better career between Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre?
Brett
And
Favre
then
was more
second
dynamic,
question.
but Aaron Rodgers
Second
was
question. Second
Okay.
question is who's the better player between the two? Just a Green Bay.
Just the Green Bay days.
Just the Green Bay days.
I would say
I Brett Favre, man.
Yeah,
Brett Favre
had a
was
better
more
career,
dynamic.
and Brett Favre was a better athlete than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers, he didn't do. See, Brett Favre, like somebody who said a gunslinger. Woody Mack say that. Brett Favre was a gunslinger. He was more athletic than what he looked. Right.
Brett Favre could run too.
Yeah, he could get out and scramble. You know what I'm saying? He could extend plays. Aaron Rodgers don't do that. Aaron Rodgers never really did that in his heydays. Aaron Rodgers was a system quarterback where he would get the ball out quick. Right.
He can pick
He
your
risk
apart.
averse.
Yeah, he'll pick
He
your
risk
apart.
averse.
Yeah.
He risk averse.
Yeah, but with Brett Favre, I seen Brett Favre in the Green Bay days, man, do some things like, damn, no, he didn't. I don't want to sound like Chris Collinsworth and glaze him or anything, but he did some things that, yeah.
He had the first 3-time MVP in a row.
Yep.
96, 97, 98, I believe.
In Brooklyn, that helped out Aaron Rodgers' career by setting behind him, learning.
Absolutely. Same thing with Jordan Love.
Exactly. But if you look at Jordan Love's style of play, he got a little Aaron Rodgers in him.
Absolutely.
The way he slings the ball.
Jordan Love, what team he play for?
The Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay.
He's their quarterback.
Oh, he the next one. He the one after Rodgers.
You want to see something crazy? Go back and look up the Brett Favre game after his father died.
Yeah, when he had all the Monday Night Football, had all the touchdowns. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You're talking about somebody just chucking stuff up in the air and folks found a way.
4 TDs versus the Raiders.
But hold up. But the thing about it is, it was about, you say he choking, but they was pinpoint passes when he was choking them up.
Yeah.
Like dropping out of the sky, dropping into the breadbasket.
But he looked like he was running for his life.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And his favorite commentator was John Madden, who was calling that game on Monday night.
Yep.
4 TD game versus the Raiders.
Hey, y'all remember this chick right here?
Nah, who was that?
Come on, man. Y'all know who that is?
Got me.
Man, y'all are rookie WNBA fans.
Told you that. Is that girl?
Yeah, I only
Shiloh
been a
or whatever
fan
her
since
name
May.
is?
What'd you say, Coach Marcus?
Is that? I just saw something about a girl named Shiloh.
Nah. Y'all see
That ain't
what
cool.
y'all see what she rocking, right?
Yeah, she
Simply
rocking
ball
the SPG,
dropping.
but tell us who she is.
Man, y'all don't know who Shamika Holtzclaw is?
No,
I know
Yeah,
who
I know
heard the
she
Shiloh
played in
name.
is.
Tennessee. She
I've
played
heard
in
the name
Tennessee in
before,
college.
but I
Man,
don't know
I
y'all,
know
that.
if
Letter.
Shamika Holtzclaw
hey,
smacked me in the face, I wouldn't know who she was.
Brooklyn,
She
I'm
played.
disappointed. She from Brooklyn. She from Queens.
I only been a fan since May. Before that, I
Hey,
never gave a fuck about
okay,
the
watch this. But
WNBA.
you talk about Michael Jordan. She was the female Jordan.
I
Yeah,
doubt
she
it.
played in Tennessee in
What you
college.
mean you doubt it?
She was
I
nasty,
doubt it.
dog. Go back and look at the tapes.
Brooklyn. I ain't even. You go back and watch her
I doubt.
footage.
I doubt. She
Watch
not
that
the black.
Tennessee.
She not the black cat.
She was the black female Jordan.
She was.
They call her Jesus. They was calling her
I
Jesus.
thought
Yes, she
it
was
was
the black
Sheriff
nasty.
Pruitt
female.
they called Jordan, unfit to
That's
Jordan.
Shamika Holtzclaw. All through high school, she won 8 straight championships.
Okay,
4
she
in
might be
high
Jordan.
school, 4 in high school, 4 in college. Look at all the championships she won
She
with
might be
Tennessee.
Jordan. You
Then
know
she
what I
got
mean?
into the W.
She
Man.
got a WNBA. She started
She
having
might
mental
be
health
Jordan because
issues and
Yeah,
stuff.
LeBron was all about stats.
yeah. But
She
yeah,
started
You know
man.
what
having
I'm
mental
saying?
health
I'm
issues
trying
and
to
stuff,
stay
and that's why her
confusing.
career got short.
Yeah, that's my girl right there.
Wasn't she at Tennessee?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
Just
she
trying
was
to
at
say
Tennessee.
just look at her highlights, man.
She got Pat Summitt a couple of chips.
Yeah. She got
Yeah,
more than a couple.
Yeah.
she was at Tennessee.
And
I
she was
want to
with
say in the mid
Caitlyn Clark,
'90s.
wasn't she?
well, y'all keep talking about college. What's she doing at WNBA?
Good.
She had a good.
Look, go ahead, just go ahead and check out the footage, man. And
She
then
was
you come
nasty,
back and you
dog.
tell
She was
me what
nasty.
you think.
How
She
tall
had a
is she
bit.
first? How tall is she, K-Side? Is she 5'6"?
Nah, she's 6'6". Speak old school, 6'5", 6'4", 6'5".
Hold on, I'm gonna look it
Okay.
up.
Oh, okay. 6'4",
Yeah,
6'5".
In the
yeah,
WNBA, she
Jordan?
had mental health issues, and
yeah.
that's why her career came short. I think she played for like Atlanta or something like
She's
that.
She
6'2".
played for the Sparks, Atlanta. She played for the Washington Mystics. Yeah.
Yeah,
Atlanta was my, believe it or
she had
not,
some issue.
before I was a fan like I am now, Atlanta Dream used to be my team because Angel McCautry was my favorite player
Yeah.
in the W.
But yeah, y'all need to go
Hey,
check that
K-Sap,
out. Yeah, what's up?
was Shamika better than Tina Charles?
Oh yeah, most
Oh
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
Most definitely.
Wait, why y'all sound like, was she a post? How you compare her to Jordan? She was a post player?
Man, she did everything.
She did everything. She was
She was a
cold.
guard. She could handle the ball. She could pass the ball. She could shoot the ball. She had a mid-range. She had a turnaround. Damn, she could dunk everything. Paper Sack Brown. You know who it is. Thank you, Paper Sack Brown. Yup. Hey, I just Brooklyn. That's your homework, man. Just look at the footage, man.
I
She was cold.
look it up. By the time I have my equipment and all that, I might do something on her on my page
Hey,
since I'm learning about her.
that'll be your first podcast,
What's
man.
her name?
Shamika
I'm
Holtzclaw.
looking and they keep saying that what's her name was called
Shamika
Michael
Her
Holtzclaw.
name is Cole. Her name is Cole. Shamika Coldslaw.
No, Holtzclaw.
Yeah.
Shamika
Said Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
No, hey, Tony, stop that. Don't listen to Brooklyn. It's Holtzclaw. Hey, this is what
They
Brooklyn.
only here to cause confusion.
Hey, look, man.
I know that. That's why I was
Look. We got to
joking
get
with
up out of here, man. We had a great show tonight, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. But what's he dropped the link for you?
No, that's a link for. I just saw this video about Holtzclaw.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
nasty.
she was cold.
Oh, she was cold, man.
She was ice cold.
I think she won 3 chips at Tennessee.
Yeah. Hey, look, the thing about it is her mid-range game was sick.
Yeah.
She had the turnaround, boy. She was nice, man. But look, man, great show tonight, man. Appreciate everybody tuned in. We'll be back tomorrow night, man. We'll have some. We got something to talk about. Y'all crazy, man.
I'm
Y'all
pretty
just
sure
love
something
confusion.
gonna pop off.
Oh,
All
something
right,
gonna
good
pop
people.
off
Y'all
in
have
the
a good
middle
night.
of the night.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Hey, I just want to
Stephanie
say,
White coaching. You know the Chicago Sky. What's up, Brooklyn?
I just want to say, Joe Buttons mentions things for clout, and he hates black women.
Oh wow. Hey.
Here we go.
All right, man. Hey, I catch y'all on the next one.
Here we go.
Deuces.
All right, bye.
All right, I'm out.